Live from the lavatory. Welcome to the Close Traffic Podcast, an aviation and flight simulation show. Welcome aboard.
Could not have said it better myself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Close Traffic Podcast, an aviation and flight simulation show. I'm Johnny, and we have a full crew today. Got the old CTP3 as well as some very special guests and friends of the show. Won't waste any time though. We definitely want to go ahead and get some housekeeping out of the way. First and foremost, make sure you guys follow us on all of your podcast platforms. Want to give a shout out and love to all of our Patreon backers out there. Definitely appreciate you guys keeping the lights on, and loads to talk about. Got to unpack FSExpo 2026. So much transpired over the past weekend there, and could not have a better group of people to hash it out. But first and foremost, we got our main man XP72 and Mustafa. Guys, say hello to the people.
How you guys doing? Good to be here.
Moose, welcome back, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Guys.
Yep. And our good friend XP72.
What is going on, guys? It's almost like I saw you guys like a week ago.
Literally a week
No,
ago.
it's your
I
imagination.
know. Yeah. It was all in the alternate dimension.
I know.
But yeah, again, guys, nevertheless, welcome aboard. Thanks for stopping by. Of course, I got our main man, Mike, and Charlie, the producer, Roper. Charlie, Mike, say hello to people.
What's up, people, man? I hope you guys
What's
are well.
happening?
Still reeling from Expo. What a time.
Man, yes, it was
Absolutely.
amazing. Like I was just telling the guys earlier, like to me it felt like a blur. It was just so much going on.
It did, man. And even the past week has just been like phew, gone. And it's already been a week, It's like, God.
Exactly. Everything besides work. Anyway.
Yeah, we can do without that.
Yeah, we do without that.
We got to figure out how to just the money just comes in. We don't have to do nothing. We can just flight sim all the
I know.
time.
Well, I mean, it does. I mean, there are ways, Charlie. It just involves trips to Colombia.
Colombia running some sugar in a 727.
Oh man, running some 727 ops, man. Anyway, hey, man, we'll talk after the show. But yeah, FSExpo 2026. Our thoughts and feelings on it. Just to kind of bring the topic in. To me, I thought the venue was done pretty well. Just to kind of get the pros out of the way, the venue was very spacious. I did like the fact that concessions were on deck, including libations if that's your thing. You can sip on a little something while you're taking in all the awesomeness. Cheers, my friend. And to me, it felt less like you had to venture off into different places to, a bathroom, whatever. So I thought that was awesome. Again, the attendee list was, it was second to none. I thought we had an amazing showing as far as the vendors there and the booth operators. It was, I could not have been more impressed. As far as the keynotes were, in my opinion, I think, there's some tweaking that could be done as relates to that. But and I get it, guys. It's hard, as as a software developer, you know, to try to put on an exposition and put together slide decks, put together all they're literally like people who do this type of thing for a living so to try to make that pivot from your normal day to day and put together slideshow that's not only informative but engaging, and you're not boring the absolute dog crap out of folks. I mean, it's tough. I get it. It's tough. So, but overall, I think as always, Evan and the Flight Sim Association team did an amazing job. No issues, no rowdiness. And I thought, things are going to get, I was like, man, they're selling beer here. Now things might get a little rowdy. No, it was super chill. But guys, what do you think?
Yeah,
anyway,
which one of the guys?
I will
say
go
first. Go ahead, Moose.
Yeah, I will say on the food aspect of it, it was really nice having felt like real food on the expo floor this year. Last year in Providence, they had it was like 7-Eleven style, like the sealed sandwiches and stuff like that. It was very sparse for your lunch options and just as expensive. But you could have, they have burgers, hot dogs, the whole gamut of stuff. So you felt like you could actually just have lunch there. So to your point, and not have to venture out, which is really nice. The venue obviously was fantastic as far as size goes, and ease of access was really nice. So yeah, I think everything seemed to go really well. From you talked about the keynote stuff. From a logistical standpoint, it was Swiss watch precision this year as opposed to last year.
Oh, absolutely.
Where I had to, pull people off stage all the time because they couldn't stick to their time. But yeah, and that's a thing. I heard that criticism from someone else. Is like, man, I feel like there wasn't any really good big announcements this year, and yeah, probably not that really. I mean, maybe I think Say Intentions got the nod for the best of the FSExpo presenters, I think, for Friday. But I mean, any given year, you're not necessarily going to have some big wow factor all the time. So it's a lot of it was people kind of saying, "Hey, here's what we're working on," and this is what's in the pipeline. So yeah, I mean, we didn't have wind control this year with anything new to announce. So they were just kind of doing their thing, keeping their head down. Whereas in the past, they've been kind of the wow factor of, man, that's awesome, and it's for how much?
Yeah.
So you don't always going to have the wow factor, but I think they did a good job of making their case of what's going on. Obviously, I feel like there's some presenters that could really use a tutorial in how to keep the audience's attention.
Yes.
Oh, it's tough though. It's tough.
It's tough because you're asking people that their primary job is not presenting or selling. Their job is developing, and those are very different skills. So
absolutely,
if you go into it kind of knowing that, you just kind of got to give them a little bit of grace.
So, yeah.
Now let me shout out to you guys, man, as the crew of the Expo team that put these things together. You're right. It's like a Swiss watch. There's nothing I can recall in this show or even prior shows where technical difficulties or something doesn't work or Mike. Nobody's complaining. Evan just walk around the floor and check on everybody like, hey, yeah, good, yeah. And yeah, absolutely. And what I heard actually from a birdie, I'm not going to say who, some developers like FSExpo as compared to, and it's not a comparison thing, as compared to a FS Weekend, they're like FSExpo got their stuff together. Put it that way. From a what do you call that? A presenter point of view, or if you're booking your product on the show or having a floor space, apparently you guys are the number one in terms of how you run a show, right? How you run the event, the floor space, the food. Even you guys missed it. Even outside, downstairs in the lobby area, I had a chicken bowl with some quinoa, whatever. It was one of the best things I've tasted in a convention center. Usually, it's crappy food, and this is not even the one inside where the floor was, which I went to as well. And they had Gatorade, water, energy drink. If you needed a Red Bull or a Monster drink, they had that. It was pretty cool. But as far as a show is, we have a good show in North America. You really do. Now, as far as what the presenters do, as you guys say, it's out of your control. You know, you didn't have to yank anybody off the stage. As a matter of fact, it went like clockwork. I don't know if you guys had a big clock in their face. Even Nico from Meridian didn't overstep his time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I had to. I talked to him right before backstage, and because it was going so well. And we all knew. I mean, he was okay. So
if it was going to go wrong, that was where it was going to go wrong.
Right. little inside baseball here. Right leading up to it. So they have Evan asked everyone to kind of submit their presentations ahead of time, and so that way they can have it all dialed in and tested. They gave them a day on Thursday. They had a time set aside to go into the hall, play their thing, and make sure it was all working, and a lot of people took advantage of that. Not everyone took advantage of that. So then those ones are like, okay, well, if you didn't take advantage of that and something goes wrong, that's on you, you know. So Nikki showed up though with his videos and stuff like on a thumb drive that was encrypted during the break like we had right before. So it was the break, and then we had I think it was SoFly. Callum was doing SoFly, and then Nikki right after that. And so he's back there on the 15-minute break with this thumb drive that's encrypted that they can't read, and it's off of a laptop that they can't pull from because it's encrypted too. Oh, and he's like, so Sean's going up to help him plug in and just do it on the podium, and Evan's getting frustrated. He's like, he's not allowed back here anymore. He's distracting my guys and whatever. But I pulled Nikki aside and I said, all right, now don't be the only one that I have to pull off the stage, because so far everybody's got him. He goes, no. I think we got it. I think we're going to be early. And I was like, okay, but kudos, a minute 30 seconds early.
Shout out to my man, Nikki.
Nice. Shout out to him. Really,
so he did it. He pulled off, and everything. You know, once they plugged in his laptop, all the stuff ran pretty flawlessly. So, so it ended up working well. That was the only one that was kind of like everyone was like, "Oh crap, it's all going to come down right here," and the crew still pulled it off really well. So I do want to just aside, because I hear how it's getting mentioned. So I was the MC. I was the voice behind the Friday Expo stuff, but I am not. I'm not part of the crew. I'm just Evan brings me in every year just to do that, and I offer my services to help wherever.
You're part of the crew, man. Just say you are.
Part of the crew.
The red shirt guys, Evan and Phil. I mean, I literally fly in, do my thing, and fly out. Like I am. So anyway, so all kudos to those guys. They get all the credit, not me. And again, I do want to emphasize too, and I say this a couple times. People don't realize as good as this show is and how well it runs and how professional the conference is, people forget that Evan and Phil, the guys that are running this thing, that's not their full-time job. They have other jobs. Like Evan's an airline pilot. I think Phil might be in the tech industry somewhere. But yeah, those guys, this is a part-time like hobby gig for them. And the professionalism that this show has that we see year to year is unprecedented considering that fact. So major kudos to those guys.
Yeah, spot on. Awesome job to you too, Moose. Holding it down, man. It's
keeping it ticking right along.
MCing a show like that is not easy. You kept the crowd engaged. You kept things moving. I know you say you're not part of the crew, but you felt like you were that day. So shout out to you. Job well done for sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you. For sure.
Absolutely. Charlie, what about you, man? What was your takes? I know you were kind of like us, like between us, like messing with our camera gear, because we were trying to do a lot, just that out there. We also had, I also had booth access as well, so we were working with the media booth. So we were like, trying to figure out camera gear or whatever. But Charlie, what was your overall impression on it?
Man, compared to like Houston, just solid, man. Just like we were saying, everything just ticked right along. Just the amount of people just still blows me away. I always keep going back to that, just the sheer volume of people that were at this thing. But most of your booths, I mean, they were very well done. The presentations, we've already touched on that. Most of them were very well done. Overall, man, 10 out of 5. So.
Oh man.
I mean, we could go on and on and on, but
No,
You know,
man.
so-
Yeah, and let me just mention it too, since we're talking about positives before we get to the negatives. Now, just literally, you know what? Every year, it's the people. You come
Oh,
for the
that's
products,
it, man.
You stay for the people.
That's
Mhm.
it.
Hey,
It's
bingo.
a big
Absolutely.
family
Well put.
reunion, is what
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
is.
that's literally how it feels, man. I'm
That's
getting
how it
hugs.
is.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's going on? You know.
I see you guys literally once a year, and it's like I just saw you yesterday. It's like, yo, what's going
Yeah,
on?
it's-
Yep.
Other than my gray beard, nobody else is aging around here, so it's good. But it's always the people. A lot of people locally from Minnesota showed up. Some people drove.
For sure.
I asked everybody, 3 hours, 2 hours, an hour, 45 minutes, and one guy was like, "Yeah, I'm 15 minutes around the corner." It's like, lucky
man.
bastard.
Yeah.
So a lot of local Minnesotans showed up. A lot of families showed up.
For
Yeah.
sure. A lot
That
of
was
dads
good
and
to see.
sons and whole family
Yeah.
strollers and all that. Man, I love seeing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a
Big
mom
time.
with her young son, and I know she has
Mhm.
no clue what the hell's going on. But he was happy, right? I just looked. I wanted to go over and say something. Was like, you know what, leave it alone. But just to see that, he's young and
Yeah.
she's encouraging his flying habits. I know he's going to be a
Yep.
pilot
Mhm.
someday. A
Mhm.
lot more families, I would say, than
Mhm.
before. And then the wives. Somebody mentioned the wives, right?
Mhm.
My wife and a bunch of wives decided, hey, you know what? You guys could do your geek stuff. We're going to go to the Mall of America. And like 4 or 5
Yes.
of them got together and they Ubered over to the mall, spent like how many hours and money,
Mhm.
you know?
Yep, war
And it was
no.
good. I was
Don't
happy.
matter. Don't
Because,
matter.
you see me walking around like worried about, okay, what's my wife doing? Is she okay? She bored over there, whatever, losing her mind? Nah, she was out. She was out and about. It was like, good.
Mm-mm.
Enjoy yourself. So that was good as well. Just to see the wives come and support all us husbands or girlfriends or whatever, support us guys. And we get to do
Absolutely.
our thing. And they're like, yeah, okay, I see why you guys are here. I get it now. You're not
Mhm.
talking to strangers on the internet every night. These are real people. So I like that part of it as a positive too as well.
Yeah.
It's also why venue is so important, and we'll get to Vegas a little later on in the show. But it's things for folks to be able to go out and do, right? And folks mean mainly, families that have attended or is coming along, with the quote unquote geeks, but have no interest in seeing that stuff or at least being around it all day long, the entire weekend. To be able to be in a city or a town where you can actually go and occupy your time helps us sell it better for sure.
Absolutely.
It definitely, it's nice to have the company and the enjoyment, but shout out to again the crew for thinking about all of these things as they continue to go into their planning every year.
Yeah. Well, what's cool too, you bring up the extracurriculars. It's not really a thing for me that I care about because I'm going for, like XP said, for the people and for the show. So I don't care. I made mention to somebody on Discord in the FSA Discord. I was like, I don't care if it's in Antarctica. I'm going to go because it's all this. And Sean, of course, then within an hour had some AI rendering of an Antarctica convention center with Expo. It was absolutely 2028 Antarctica.
I love
there
it.
is. So, but anyway, but it's important. And I remember hearing people when they announced Providence when we were in Vegas, and all the murmurs like, Providence, why on earth would we do it there? Providence, it's going to be so boring. And it was all this negative, blah, 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 all the way up until we got to Expo. And then everyone's there going, this is really nice, man. What the heck? And so I come away from that every time they announce a venue we've never been to before. You always have a whole bunch of people going, why would they pick that? And then you get there and you're like, oh, I see why. And it's like, yes, they've gone to these venues like a year ago and scoped it out and went, yeah, this will work really well. We could do this and this. It's like, it's not just picked out of a hat. I think we've done enough of these now. It's time to start just like having a little faith that Evan and Phil kind of like know what they're doing.
Let them cook.
But yeah,
It's
let
like,
them cook.
trust me, bro.
Let them cook. Exactly. So, but
You're never
anyway,
gonna
but
please
it's
everybody.
always funny to watch that transformation of all the people, all the
Mhm.
naysayers going, that's in St. Paul. I don't want to go to St. Paul. Blah. And then all the people there going, man, we should go to St. Paul every year.
Every year.
Yeah. So funny to watch that happen.
The weather was great too, man. Not to
It was
keep
for sure,
speaking on
Mhm.
logistics, but man, that was nice.
Yeah.
Great scooter weather, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Scooting along.
Shout out to Lime.
The CTP.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get a
weather's nice.
sponsorship.
True that.
For sure. Yeah, and that's that's and kind of going back to the wives for a minute. And that was, I remember Houston, I think Charlie's wife and my wife, they got together. I don't know where the hell they went. Like they got together and they were just gone. And to me, I think that's, also important as well, when it, especially for, those of us, where, that spouse is, if it's somewhere, interesting or decent, they'll go. Um, but I think kids as well, for sure, sometimes it's easier to sell something to your family when it's, for example, like Houston, and it was at an area where you had the aviation museum nearby, things of that nature. So in
There's
a
stuff to
way,
do.
I kind of get it. But also to Moose's point, I think that having a little faith that these guys have done their due diligence, they've scoped out these sites. Um, the venues are legit. I have not went to one venue thus far, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this looks like a crack house. So
The karaoke place we went to in Providence did look like a crack house, but that wasn't.
But it's even better. It's karaoke though, so
yeah, that was a whole different thing.
Yeah, a whole different thing. Yeah, the more the merrier there. So, but no, but no. I mean, it was again, as far as the venue, shout out to Evan and the team for just kind of putting things together and making it happen. I already know Vegas is going to be legit. Speaking of legit, our main man Leo Sticks is in the house. Leo, what's going on, my friend?
Salute, salute, salute. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
I'm late,
not a
but I'm
whole
here.
lot. Yeah, no, not a whole lot, man. We're just kind of bringing it in and just kind of discussing our first impressions on the expo, how things, kind of hitting on the pros first, as far as the venue, the overall exhibit, things of that nature. You got any thoughts on that, my man?
Yeah, I mean, I think the location was nice. I like the convention center. It didn't seem too big. It seemed like it was the right size for our venue or for our niche here. Location could have been better, but I mean, we find our own fun anywhere we go. So it turned out fun just like any other expo, man. I was thoroughly impressed.
You didn't like Minneapolis? Or you just mean in the context of like
Yeah, I like Minneapolis. I mean, again, when you make your own fun, it's
Nah, I hear you. Yep.
But no, I really enjoyed it. My issue was that it just wasn't a lot to do, right? It was the same old spots. It was like what I kept hearing was Zambonis.
I still miss the wings,
Man,
dang
we
it.
shut Zambonis down.
Yeah.
No, we didn't, because I didn't get any wings, Mike. Like,
That's true.
Hey
I
man,
mean,
that's on you.
other than that, I mean, the few restaurants that were in walking distance were pretty good. That spot we went to XP the first night.
Yeah.
What was that? I forget what it was called.
Oh, around the corner. That was nice.
Yeah,
That was some good
yeah,
food. Yeah, great food,
So
as a matter of fact.
Yeah, that was a nice spot.
Yeah.
Then what is it? Belvito's was a pretty good spot.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Brazilian
that was
barbecue
good.
was good, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, as far as the location, it just didn't have much. If you wanted to get out, walk, and explore. I mean, there was stuff there, but it wasn't like Providence and a certain like Providence. They had a whole strip. I mean, we went to that too, XP.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sad I missed that one, man. Providence
missed
really
that
had
one.
it had all that stuff.
Oh yeah. They
Yeah,
shut down a whole road
a whole
and just
block.
restaurants after restaurants and
Wow.
clubs.
Oh,
It was
wow.
like Nashville, kind
You
of.
had
Oh, wow.
bars, you
What?
had restaurants, you
Yeah,
had
yeah.
people out, families, you had the partiers, you had the families, you had a little bit of everything in Providence on that one strip called Federal Hill. So I was hoping to find something kind of like that in Minneapolis. It didn't exist. I think
Gotcha.
what surprised me was that I was expecting that we got in on a Thursday. I'm like, okay, city's pretty dead. It's a Thursday. Everybody's working. Then when Friday came, it was still dead. I was just like, Okay. Saturday came was the most people that I seen because they had, I think, 2 graduations there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Saturday. That was the most people I seen all weekend. So
Yeah,
I
to
mean,
be specific, I think we're specific. We were in St. Paul.
St. Paul. Yeah, minis.
Basically,
that's
downtown
true.
St. Paul, as Leo said, is just dead. There's literally
Yeah, that's a
nobody
good
around.
point.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
good
just,
point.
yeah, it's not a Providence by any means. And maybe if we're going downtown Minneapolis, but it was just too far away for us to go.
Yeah, that's for it's
Trying to figure
run.
spots
Yeah.
out, you know.
well, I'll say this: we went downtown Minneapolis and we found the fun.
Oh yeah, it's some spots there. See, I used to work up there, so yeah, bro. It's some. We weren't St. Paul. That's the burbs, man.
yeah.
But yeah, many. Yeah. Back in the day. All right. Anyway.
That's what I say. Anyway, next topic.
This, I mean, I know you're gonna get to this, but this is the balance for Expo. Where do you keep it?
Yep.
You want fun and everything, it's gonna cost you some money.
That's
Right.
the thing,
That's
man.
true.
Both
Yeah.
airfare and accommodations.
Yep.
Or we can dial back on that, but then you end up in the boonies with nobody around. It's like where's the in between line? I don't know. Vegas.
Yeah, and it's tough for sure.
I think that you have to balance that. You have to make it so that there's a little bit for everybody. Because think about it like this: for some people, this may be the only vacation that they get.
That's right.
You
You
know
gotta
what I
choose
mean?
between this or Yep.
Yeah, and if you just going and you're like, oh, it's the expo. Well, if you want families to come, you have to have a little bit of everything for everyone. Now, Vegas is nice, but Vegas is also a bit adulty. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, I mean, you could bring the kids, but there ain't no Disney in Vegas.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, so
That's a good point. I mean, we're here, so we might as well stay on this subject.
Yep.
Like XP, you were just mentioning how great it was to see families and the show continuing to accelerate the coming together of families to participate in this hobby of ours and to help sort of drive the innovation and the sort of mindset around the youth that are looking to explore aviation. Do you think going back to Vegas is going to make us take a step back in that regard? Because Leo brings up a good point.
Yeah, I think Vegas was the choice was made on cost. I really think so. Based on what everyone's saying, I think it was based on like, you know what? Of all the places we have gone to, they have the infrastructure and it's cheaper than everybody else right now. Because Vegas has a lull right now in terms of tourism or whatever.
Yeah,
Vegas is in a downturn. It's what it is. So they're probably giving away this place at a rock bottom price, which and then, he sweetened the deal with you can get transportation from the airport direct to the hotel, right?
Okay.
Vegas Strip is there. You can walk around. As Leo's saying, it's not really family oriented unless you're telling your family rent a car, drive out of town to the Hoover Dam and the Grand Canyon and do some of that stuff, right?
Yep.
So, but yeah, I think it was made out of money. My question is like, who has the perfect spot that they think Expo should be at where it balances versus family and costs and location? I mean, I've been thinking about like where would be the spot, because we've been saying like should Expo be in one spot every year to make it easier? Where would that one spot be? I'm not sure if I have the answer. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's
I
what
don't
you
think
guys?
there is a
what's your
perfect spot.
I don't think there is, but like I was surprised. I thought honestly we were going back to Orlando. You
I
guys
really
don't
did
think
too.
that
I
that
thought so too.
fits the bill a little more than Vegas would? Orlando's probably a little bit more costly. In terms
Costly,
of
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And that's probably why we didn't go there. It would be my
Got it.
guess. I mean, I don't have the insight into this, but yeah, because that's the big strike. To what XP was saying, if you're looking for a spot, you're looking for a lot of good transportation in. It's got to have international transportation. It's got to have the local transportation stuff. So you're talking about airports and stuff that can do both. You're talking about hotels and stuff with good convention space, but not so big that it's drowns us out.
Yeah, it feels
because we're in
empty.
that Expo's in that tough spot where we are too big for a lot of venues, but we are way too small for most venues.
Yeah, like an
When you talk
actual
about it.
convention hall.
So actual convention centers, we're too small for that. So we're in this really kind of nasty middle ground makes it hard. And then ultimately is the cost factor of all of that too. Is what, so a place like Orlando, I think, ticks 2 of those boxes, but it's that cost factor because it's got Disney, it's got Universal, all that stuff is there and drives so much tour that they can jack up those hotel
And you're going to
rates,
pay for it. Yep.
and you're going to pay through the nose.
But I think that if we do Orlando, I can almost guarantee you that if you're bringing your family, the cheapest thing you're going to do is Expo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
The cheapest thing you're going to do is
That's what I mean. Yeah,
That's
so
what
I
That's
know
the
a
point.
lot of people are shouting
Yeah.
Orlando, but yeah, you're gonna. I mean, to do any of the stuff there, you talk about Disney. I was looking at a thing recently. They're talking about the Disney prices now. It's insane. Like they're pricing so many people out of Disney World now. It's crazy. So yeah, you go to places that are off the map and you'll get a really good deal, but they're off the map for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got to balance that with, okay, is there enough to do? And I think Evan and Phil do a good job of finding other creative little things that they can add in there. So there was stuff for St. Paul. There was some tours. There was the not that I would ever do this, but the 5K run that just doesn't sound fun to me at all.
Oh gosh, I ain't trying to have a stroke while I'm at
Right,
Expo.
exactly.
past
I come to Expo not to
die.
die. Thank you.
Kept it moving, man. I'm good. Let me use that. I'm good, bro.
There was stuff, and then at the same time, I think too, someone made mention of the Minnesota Wild didn't make the championship or the playoff or whatever it was that could have been being hosted there that weekend. And you just think, man, it's a darn good thing, because can you imagine the crowds and trying to go to some of these places that we were going to and get, it would have been nuts. So to Leo's point, yeah, it can feel kind of dead, but the advantage is that it's open for us. It's an open playground for us then. So yeah, it's a mixed bag because different people, like different things. And so, yeah. It's a hard sell. I'm glad I'm not the one that has to make the decision, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can imagine those discussions. Like what does it look like to have that, perfect venue? Because it's like you want to attract families, but if you want to attract families, there has to be, other activities there. But when you have those activities there, that's going to bring additional tourism, which these locales understand this. Such as Florida, and the prices are going to go up, but then at the same time you can't have it in Prentice, Mississippi, you know what I'm saying, like you just
Roanoke, Virginia.
Exactly. You can't. I hate to throw names out there, but I'm being dead serious. It's it's really tough, and I'm guilty of it as well, because you hear some names, you're just like, wait a minute, what's out there, and because I ain't gonna lie, when they said St. Paul, like me, venturing up there quite often, like I knew I was up there. I was like, I see why, but even because my family, they've all been up there before for like work trips and stuff like that when I come with me, but when my wife found out, she was like, "Nah, I'm good," and that's there's no slight against, and I guess a lot of that has to do with every time I've gone up there, it's been like
it's winter.
Oh gosh, it's terrible.
It's brutal.
It's terrible. So that plays a factor as well. But Evan and crew, they definitely have a challenging job to do. That's annually trying to figure that out. And to y'all's point, I mean, should it be the same place every year? Like let's say
that's what I was going to say. What's everybody's opinion on that?
Lock in a deal, long-term deal.
I think every couple of years you alternate. I think if it's going to be the same place, I think it's no more than 2 to 3 years, and then you shift. I think having it in the same place helps.
It gets monotonous.
Yeah,
it gets monotonous, but I think there's some leverage in having it in the same place because you get to lock in rates with suppliers and the venues and whatnot. Listen, like I don't do this for work. I attend these, but I know what goes on behind the scenes. Our industry and what we do is not unique to the feeling and the challenges of how do I cater to everybody. If I share with you some of the comments we get from folks coming to some of the places that we have to go to, you guys would be like, yep, this is very similar. So some of the things we do is, we'll have it in the same geographical location for a couple of years and then we'll shift. So it's a hard challenge to solve for everyone, but I wouldn't mind it being in the same place for 2 years or so.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And to the question that just popped up on the screen, the likelihood of it coming to Fresno is 0. And I want to keep it that way. I actually like going somewhere. I don't want it to be in my hometown.
That's kind of what I was going to say. It's kind of nice going to
but
somewhere you haven't been before.
It is that's nice too. And I get the advantages of staying in one place for, like you said, locking down rates. There's also, and Evan brought up a really good point at the end of Expo, when he said there's a lot of people that go, we know it shifts every year and it moves to different parts of the country. And so I'm not going to go this year because it's on the other side of the country for me this year. And I know there's a good likelihood that next year it might be closer. And so I can do that one. And he made a good point. He said that hurts because then there's a whole demographic of people any given year around the country that are going to choose not to go because they're banking on it coming closer to them the following year. If you know that, hey, it's not moving, it's going to be there. If you want to go to Expo, you got to go to Expo. There's something to that. And so it may force people to make that consideration a little differently.
That's a good point.
It also, on the same token, it might just tell a whole bunch of people in one part of the country, well, Expo's out of reach for me permanently then because I just can't make it that far. So there's that too. And by moving it around, like you said, there was a whole bunch of people from the local area that came for the first time. Maybe they will travel to Vegas because they've experienced it and go, man, this is really cool. And they wouldn't have gone and tried it if it wasn't in their hometown to begin with. There's a lot of X factors. And so who knows? I side with Evan more often than not in that I love the fact that it moves around. I love checking out different places, even if it's a place we've gone before. Like we've been to Vegas. This will be the 3rd time now with Expo. It's, it feels fresh because it's been a few years since I've been to Vegas. And it's nice for me because I can drive, but selfishly, but it's at the same time I get from a vendor side, logistically, you got to reinvent the wheel every time, depending on where it is. You got to make those calculations. You don't, so, it is what it is. I don't think there's an easy answer either way. And I think Expo's is in a unique place with the size we are, that it's worth having the conversation, but it's made trickier because of how big we are and yet how small we are.
Yeah.
Let me make the
put
case.
a pin in that. Go ahead, XP. I just want to put a pin in what some things you said, Mustafa.
I was going to make the case for Vegas, but go ahead, Leo, because I'm going to tell you why Vegas is right.
Well, I do believe Vegas is right. I just don't believe that it needs to be every year. We caught Evan at the end on the last day coming out of the venue, and let's just say I know a handful of guys from my side that's like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going next year. It's back in Vegas. Now imagine if it's in Vegas and then it's in Vegas again and then it's in Vegas again. There's a whole niche of people that's now not going because again,
we've been there twice already.
Yeah, twice already, and now you're saying that you're gonna have it here every year. In my opinion, the only benefit that would really generate would be if the developers and the vendors are able to store their stuff there, like stuff that we can physically buy, right? Remember they gave us the argument that, oh no, it's just too much logistics wise to be able to, not only ship out stuff here, but store it and things like that. We can't have, a lot of new product for you guys to buy right here at Expo. We have no place to store it. So yeah, having it in a single place allows them to be able to ship product here, have stuff there at Expo to buy that people can physically buy and leave with something. I agree there. But to have it in the same place, I think you lose a lot more than you gain because of the veterans that's been and gone every year. You're like, man, Vegas again. Somebody just said it's the 3rd time.
It is 2018. Then when we went in 24 and now. But I'm going to make the case for Vegas based on what I've been hearing. Not for Vegas to be like the spot every year, because my wife likes to travel and see new places and explore. Right? I'll be on the floor the entire weekend and not go outside. And she's like, I want to go see the place. I already planned this show, this thing. They do this in the state, and they have this thing at 5 o'clock. I was like, how'd you know all this stuff? Oh, I looked it up, right? She loves that stuff. However, here's what I've been hearing about Vegas for a lot of international people, a lot of the vendors. The flights are cheaper to Vegas than anywhere else in America.
I can see that.
It's
Yeah,
I
without
didn't
a
know.
doubt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Apparently from Canada, it's cheaper to fly to Vegas than to fly to New York. From
What?
Canada. Yeah. Right. And I just checked all
Wow.
my direct flights from Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. And I didn't
Mhm.
realize there were so many direct flights from Fort Lauderdale and Miami to Vegas from 3 different airlines.
Wow.
Frontier, JetBlue, and Southwest goes direct from both
To
airports.
Vegas from those three or from
Yeah.
those two. Wow.
And so, there's competition when there's that many people doing it, and it gives you
Right.
flexibility in time. Also, internationally, if you're coming from like Australia and all those places, it's a shorter trip for you. You land in LA or you land in Vegas and you're good. Europe have long hauls, like from England. There's long hauls straight from
Yeah.
from
That's
Las
true.
Vegas International over there. So
Mhm.
that's one side of it. Like people like the traveling for those people. I didn't know that. It's like wow, and that's a big case for them.
For
You
sure.
know what? The venue knows how to handle crowds. It's built for that stuff. That's what Vegas is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The only drawback, as Leah was saying, is for families. It's like,
Yeah.
So maybe Vegas every other year, and then find two other locations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
When you
that's
can't
what I
find
think.
nothing else, all right. At least Vegas is there. Something
Yep.
like that. I don't know.
Facts. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
exactly.
That's the thing. But if
Well,
you think
I
about,
wouldn't mind if they're gonna do the same locations, like XP said, get maybe one or even two other locations, and that's what we stick with. We do Vegas, Vegas. We'll do Orlando, Orlando. We'll do let's go up north, Providence, or somewhere else. Back to back.
any other
that-
repeat spots that we've done before that you would go back to?
Oh, I'd go
San
back to
Diego.
Providence.
Yeah, I
Okay.
go back to Providence.
Houston.
I'd go back
Houston.
to Houston. Yeah, I go back.
I'm
to
not
Houston.
going
I
back
don't-
to Houston. Y'all.
Yeah. My
Man, I
caveat
almost
to Houston.
melted, bro.
Yeah. It wasn't
That time
so.
of year?
So Houston, it wasn't the weather. So I would love to go back to Houston if we could be back in the museum, but
Yes.
we don't fit
I was
anymore.
going to say, I think we took
The
it
very
from that
next
now.
year we were too big for
Ah,
it.
Yeah.
So
wow.
if we went back
Because
to
that
Houston,
was cool.
it wouldn't be there, and that's what made Houston amazing. The weather was terrible. The roads
Yep.
were awful.
Yep, terrible.
Yes.
But so a lot of the other stuff was not great, but the venue made it like, oh, this is
Yeah.
amazing. Like one
You
of the
walk
best
in
ever.
and there's a Corsair sitting
Yeah,
there,
right,
and then you
oh
got
my
like
gosh.
wind control right behind it. Like that was cool.
Right. Yeah. The only other way to
Yeah,
top that
cool.
would be to get the venue in the Smithsonian or something, which that's never gonna happen. But the
That would be awesome.
that would be really cool.
That
What's
would be
interesting though, real quick, I want to dovetail on what XP was saying, because Vegas is makes so much logistical sense, but it's funny when you talk to people that go to Expo. It is also the most polarizing destination. You have people that are like, I just want it to be in Vegas every year. Vegas, baby, Vegas, baby. And at the same time, you've got a whole other crowd that's like, anywhere but Vegas. I will go to all the expos as long as it's not Vegas. And it's like, okay, what is the it'd be
The
one thing if it
disconnect,
was
yeah.
just like, hey, a lot of people just like overwhelmingly kind of like Vegas or overwhelmingly don't. But it is, you either love it or you hate it. And it is so that's my one warning with putting the expo in Vegas is because for whatever reason, it is very polarizing.
Love it
And
or hate it.
like
Yeah.
no
That's
other place
Vegas in
that we
general.
go to is.
Mhm.
And so so it is what it is. But yeah,
You ask people, it's
Yeah.
it's very few times would you get a answer, especially
Right.
here in LA. It's like, oh, I love Vegas, or I hate it. I'm
I hate
tired
it.
of it.
mhm.
Yep.
That's generally what you get.
Them suckers took me for 2 stacks.
Yeah, see, those are typically the naysayers, right? You know,
Probably they went and got
exactly.
they lost
That'd
all their
be
money.
me.
You got
Lost
a
my
gambling
mortgage.
addiction. That's on you. Like,
Nah, dude, my wife loved that mall. Whatever that mall is, that indoor mall underneath somewhere, just fully air conditioned. All the stores are in there. All the name brand stores.
That one,
Oh yeah,
It's on the
I
strip.
know
It's off
mine
the
is
strip.
going.
Yeah, it's in one of those hotel basement or something. I don't know. It's all indoor, but it's really nice. You know, I forgot the name of that.
Wow.
We drove there. I valeted the car and we went in, and she was all happy. Her eyes lit up. It's like, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Because it had all the stores in that mall, right? So, look,
Wow.
It's either the one in Caesars or
I think
the
it's in
Venetian.
Caesars. No, it's in
One of
Caesars.
those- The Caesars.
Oh,
yeah.
you know what? You're right. It is.
Is that the one with the blue sky?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's Caesars.
Painted
Yeah.
sky. Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
one. So,
Wow. In terms of like going back to this year's expo, in terms of like booths and exhibits, what really blew y'all away. I mean, there are a lot of really good booths there. I mean, they did an amazing job with, and all of them did with their booths. But what really stood out to y'all?
I mean, other than Wing Wing,
I was gonna say win-win.
Heck, if you
Hour
could
on that
see
one.
their booth, that was the problem with them. You could never see anything. They had so many people.
yeah, they did.
The Granelli designs, though, with the
That was cool.
they
Oh
got the
yeah,
smoke,
shout out to
the
them.
blimp,
Yeah.
all the thing. I mean,
Oh,
they
yeah.
really. I mean, you talk about a design for a booth. They really went all out. It was
They
really,
did.
and they had some stuff in the cases, like a bunch of memorabilia stuff from fighters and
did.
stuff. It was really well done. Really well done.
They did.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Did y'all know what the smoke was for?
Yeah, I found out later
Crashing.
on it was if you
If you
crashed
ejected or crashed, yep.
and then I heard if you got like a kill or you shot someone down, it would do that
Yeah.
too. I think.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it happened a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, it was
It
pretty
was
nice.
awesome.
Sticker or coaster.
That's a
That was
sticker,
the-
Kevin. I mean,
it
it's
was an arm
yeah,
patch.
isn't it like an arm patch? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shirt patch.
Oh, nice. There
Yeah.
you go.
Wind control, though, we can go back to that real quick. I know we said it when we interviewed both of you guys live from the expo floor, but like 2 years ago, they were more or less just on the scene, or maybe 3 years ago, not too sure. And I don't even remember if they had a booth every time they came, but it certainly wasn't like that. They went from, what's over there? Who's over there? Piquing people's interest as they
Couldn't even
enter
see
the
'em.
hardware game, to you can't even get in the crowd to see the hardware that was laid
Yeah.
out. It's crazy. I don't know that we've ever, and again, it's not like Expo's been around for decades, but I don't know that we've ever seen a vendor or a exhibitor go from where they were intro on the scene to probably one of the most popular folks on the floor in just the span of a few years.
With the
That was
amount of
incredible to
different
see.
hardware
Yeah,
options
man.
as well. That's what blew me
Insane.
away. It's just you look at their table and it's like it's not just they have a bunch of their joysticks out. They're all different somehow.
They're all different.
Yes.
It's like,
Exactly.
oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's not vaporware,
Right.
And listen, I'm not gonna call any vendors out, man. If I had a few drinks, maybe, but a lot of these people come and say, "Yeah, you're gonna see this and have that, and it'll be in a couple of months." And 3 expos later, you can't get it still. These guys, man, they tell you something's coming out. You can get it ordered, roughly within a couple of months of their initial
Mhm.
Yeah,
announcement.
it's
I think
pre-order.
it's tangible. You get it in your hands. You can feel it. You could play with it. It actually works. It's not vaporware. They actually
No.
they back what they say, and I think that's really cool.
That's the word. I'm advising anybody who's making hardware, find somebody who's got buku money to back you and go
Yes.
hard.
Yeah.
Somebody's backing Wing Control for them to be able to give you these prices. But
It's
it's,
got
Gotta
to.
be.
but it's the Walmart model where we got it
Mm,
for cheaper, but we're going to sell 1 million of the cheap ones versus 100 of the expensive ones. That's what it is.
there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
They-
a good
they-
point.
Absolutely.
They
They're
hit
making
that
money by pushing volume.
It's
quality versus price, and they're not
Price.
the best quality. I'll tell you that right now.
No,
I have
Yeah,
other
no.
reviews from other people that
No.
are better quality,
They're
but
better
for what
quality.
you get, I'm like, I'll ignore that. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that's
I mean,
why they've taken over, and they're gonna
Yep.
be in this position until the day when they're forced to raise their prices for one reason or the other.
For one reason or another, exactly. No, XP, you're spot on.
Spot-
Even back before they made that transition into the civilian sims, I mean, I still have my Viper EX somewhere amongst all this because I've acquired more hardware. Thanks, Expo.
How long ago did you
Uh,
get that?
That's
From
what
the-
I was
It's
gonna
been-
comment
it's-
on, Johnny.
It's been yeah. Me, you got to talk.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a year, Mike. It's been a
Okay,
year,
all
man,
right,
and
got
it's
it.
still, or maybe a little more, but it still feels just as good as. I mean, that all metal design, and the price wasn't bad in comparison from what you would see from other offerings at the time.
Yeah.
The price wasn't horrible, but to XP's point, there has to be some concessions somewhere. So it might be a lower quality switch or this or that. You have to make those maneuvers in order to keep that price point. That, in my mind, is what keeps Wing Control in the game, is because they have these offerings that at one point in time were only available to select few who were either retired and just had the extra cash, or whatever their situation may be, to it's just it's available for the masses. Like you can get, you can get 737 out for less than $1,000. Who was doing that five years ago?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, the thing is, so to your point, Johnny, I'll take it all the way back before wind control even entered the civilian market too. I was familiar with them, through their DCS HOTAS and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Those things were made, with the iron fist. Like they,
Yes.
I still have my Orion 2 all
Yep.
aluminum.
Me too.
Throttle. And so, I kind of said to myself, well, yes, it wasn't super expensive, but if they was to sell some of this stuff at those prices, they would sell less of them, right?
Exactly.
If they ever came over to the civilian market, to the Microsoft Flight Sim and X-Plane market, they would make a killing. I remember the first McDo, or the first FMC unit I saw for our Sims. I can't remember the manufacturer who made it, but it was like $600. It was like
Cockpit
$600.
Master made it. It was $600.
Yeah, it was
for
like $600 for something that does.
It was $600 for this thing right here. $600.
Yep.
Okay, $600.
That was $600.
You can get a
One more
whole
time for the
setup
people in the
now
back.
for less than $600.
And
Now,
that's the
also
point.
though, that's $600 like 5-6 years ago. That's not $600.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That was
That's a
even more. I
good
mean, you
point.
That's
translate
my
that into
point.
now money, that's like $1,000.
$1,000 bucks,
that's my
man,
point.
with inflation.
When goes
Yeah.
with a cheaper method, but in my idea, if you take care of your stuff, you just won't have issues with it. I haven't had any quality control
Yeah,
issues
me
with none of
too.
my stuff. I
that's
mean,
a
I
point.
3D printed. Here, look at this. I 3D. Hold on.
Leo's-
Don't
hurt your back
Leo's-
now.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
I
broken.
say take care of it, and then I dropped it. But I 3D printed covers for mine. This is my triple.
Ah,
one.
what?
Look at
So-
Oh,
that.
that's fine.
Hey,
ju- you
hey,
just-
you need to
Look at
send me
this
them
man.
files, bro.
Hey,
So
you
Leo
just take
Stick
care of the
booth
stuff.
Expo win.
Exactly.
oh, Leo Sticks Booth Expo win. That's
Yeah.
a good damn idea.
I said, hey, Vegas.
But I mean,
Vegas, baby. I'm sorry.
I just think you can't beat them, and it's going to take somebody to come in and either there's nobody that's going to sell cheaper than WinWing.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
When I
No,
first
but-
saw them, when they had them on display, I remember people saying, when was it? Was it Houston? They first had these FMCs on display. It was either Houston or
Houston?
Vegas.
It was Houston. Houston is when they kind of started saying, "Hey, we're here, boys."
Yeah. But
Mhm.
I remember pressing the buttons, and somebody next to me was like, "Oh, those rubbery buttons are going to break in less than a year." And
Man, I
here it
still
is.
got mine.
I've
Yeah.
had all of mine for more than a year, and they're still going strong, dude.
Yeah, if you give it to your
So-
toddler to mash on all day, sure. But I mean,
Right.
don't be an idiot with
Exactly.
your hardware. I mean, things will last.
Yeah, I just don't think they're. I don't think they're beatable. I mean, they're
Yeah.
absolutely
Mhm.
got everybody else in the corner as far as cost and as far as what you get for the cost. And I mean, the quality, like XP said, it's not aluminum, but it also is not $1,000 unit either.
Right.
And it forces
There
the
you
other
go.
guys to try to be. I mean, they might be able to match it, but they need to find a reason to justify. Hey, why is this more expensive than what I can get for WinWing, and is it worth it? And so, yeah, they're either going to bring their prices down, or they're going to make their stuff really immaculate to show, hey, it's worth spending an extra couple $100 more to do it. And so, I mean, competition's good. They've helped kind of sink the market down a little bit and bring all the hardware a little bit more into an affordable range for people.
Mhm.
Obviously,
Glad you
any
said that.
manufacturer has constraints. They have to be able to make a profit, and they have to deal with what they've got to work with. So there's give and takes everywhere, but you can't just say, I'm going to charge you $1,500 for this now, because people aren't going to buy it. They're going to go, I can get a WinWing one for 120.
I can get 5 of them for that.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad you said that because what's your name? They've actually lowered their prices on all their Airbus stuff coming out. What do they call the Wingflex? Wingflex.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Wingflex prices are coming down, and they're doing the FMC, they're doing the gear panel, they're doing the EFIS and the FCU. And I'm
Mhm.
looking at the prices, going, "Oh, this is only $120. What happened to your $400 price you were charging 6 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Where did that go?
Wind control.
Yeah, well, went to wind control. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. They're forced to make it cheaper. Maybe not as cheap, but it's cheaper, right?
Right.
Which is good.
Well, they get the parts. They're in the same daggone location.
The same
just
damn
about,
street.
Right? They're getting the parts for the same damn suppliers. So
Yeah.
you
It's all shipped from Shenzhen, China, bro. Trust me.
yeah,
That's it.
That's
I don't know, man. It's just hard for me to believe as much R&D as Wing or Wind Control is done at this point. It's going to be hard to overtake them guys
I agree.
because they've already got it. They've already got it in the vault. They already know how to do it.
Not to mention consumer loyalty, because
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They've
Only
got
thing they
us
need
now,
to do is
man.
fix their updating process when these.
Yeah,
new
that's
controls
what
drop.
But they
They
supposed
have
to
to
be coming
show
out with
there.
a new app. I hear.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be out soon. Something like a month.
Yeah, I
or
think
2
it's
months.
coming out with their FFB stuff is what I think is the hold up on that.
Because man, we are a week into the release of the Max, and none of the panels still work.
Yep.
Yeah.
And see that, and to your
No,
point,
it does.
that's
It does.
that's
It
the
does
stuff.
now.
It
I
does.
just
All
tried
of
it
them work.
yesterday.
No, all of them work. Here's the caveat. Only on the 178 passenger configuration ones. There's 160, 180, 178. It took me a minute to figure it out. Somebody
What the
on the
heck?
chat.
Why is that?
Same reason why it didn't work on the PMDG 700 and only worked
That's
on the
what I'm
800.
talking about.
Yeah,
man.
no, you're
But-
right,
But
Moose.
Yeah.
but
Different
that's my point
configuration
though.
files.
It's those kind of things. To your point,
Yes.
Wind Wings is Juggernaut, but it's stuff like that will
That's going to
make
drive
people
your
go,
business away.
oh, for an extra $50, I can get the Moza one, and it just works with everything. I'll do that. So it's that kind of stuff that can dethrone. Yeah, right
Mhm.
now they're the
That's
juggernaut
true.
that no one can beat, but they've got to get their house in order with regard to some of the other stuff, the stuff that
The
nags
support,
at you,
yeah, the support
support.
side.
because
Yep.
that will drive people nuts. And so that's why there's always a market for this stuff. It's
For
not
sure.
like, hey, you're the juggernaut, no one can kill you. You could say that about any company in history. At one point, they were the juggernaut, no one could kill, and now no one remembers their name because something happens in the market, something changes, they can't adapt, boom, they're dead.
Kodak.
They're out.
So Kodak's the greatest
Kodak.
example, yeah. Who? Yeah. So, smartphone killed them off nicely.
Oh yeah.
But they're the talk of the town now, and it's great, and it's doing amazing things for the industry because it's forcing everybody to be competitive. And right now, that's Wind Control. Someday that may be somebody else, and that's great as long as it doesn't just become this explosive monopoly that kills off everybody. That's what you don't want to see happen because then suddenly now all the prices go up because no
Absolutely.
competition.
That's
Let me
right.
give you guys a tip. If you guys have the money,
Kmart. Yep.
make a complete Boeing set from jump and beat them to it. You guys would be rich. If you had it, I would make a complete Boeing set.
That's a
Start
good
to
point.
finish.
As much as it
Trust
pains me to admit that, as
Yeah.
as an Airbus quote unquote fanboy,
Where's
You're
my
right,
where's my
man.
sound here?
You're
Hold on
right.
here.
Yeah.
You got that.
I
hit that
agree.
mute
I
button.
agree with XP.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
you're right. They'd be in trouble, man.
I mean, Wing Flex is bringing out a 777 autopilot panel FCU,
Ooh.
Oh, are
Yep.
they?
Yeah.
and they have
Yep,
the
I
FSD
saw
for it
that.
already.
Oh yeah, here it is.
You know,
Huh.
people are looking, people are
Yeah.
doing their thing. So, that's where the competition is going to be. While they're stuck developing their Airbus, for all you Airbus fanboys, Boeing people over here, let's go.
I don't know.
Right.
Even
Well,
though they're
fly the
bringing
plane.
out,
Thank you very much.
they're bringing out the 777 autopilot panel, but I truly believe that Wing is going to say at some point before Christmas, they're going to say, you know what, hold our beer. We got to go in storage right quick and just pop out with some more.
Let me get in this
announcements
lab real
with
quick.
with a whole line of Boeing stuff. I
whole
don't believe they're
Boeing
going to
line.
get beat.
And here's how they do it. Introduce a Boeing overhead first, just like that Airbus overhead.
Facts.
Yeah.
You lock
'Cause we don't
everybody in
really-
right there.
Who's
Yep,
got a
yep,
Boeing
yep.
overhead right now that works?
There's a couple, man.
Rose
but
Fire,
there's-
I think.
Yeah,
Rose
Rose
Fire.
Fire.
Oh, that's
PU
right.
Korea.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
they're all mini overheads. They're not.
Yeah, they're not.
Mini,
They're not
yeah.
big. They're mini. Yeah.
Right. They're
Do they work
mini.
with like the standard PMDGs and
Yeah.
everything?
iFly,
okay.
PMDG? The actual matter of
Oh,
fact,
wow.
PU Korea that I have, even the starter
Yeah.
cutout switch works. It
No
just splits back.
way.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, that's
EGT
fire.
gauge for the APU works.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
cool.
I was like, wow,
Mhm.
yeah, it does work.
Wow.
It all works. Right?
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it here.
Yeah,
Let me
it
go ahead
works.
and put this in the
However,
car real quick.
Oh
when-
Lord, here go Mike.
when I saw the wing full size joint, which was like this big,
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like, get out of here.
insane, man.
Seriously, you didn't have to, but
Mhm.
thank you very much.
Right.
Mhm.
Now figure
And
out how
it's-
to mount that thing somewhere. That's the key.
Oh man.
Well,
good
I like the
luck.
way they
yeah.
did it at the show.
2x4s, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah, 2x4.
We'll make it work.
Home Depot
run.
stock going up for the
Yep.
flight simulator.
I'm telling you, Home Depot and Lowe's for the win right now, man. Oh my
That's right.
gosh.
Yeah,
Woo, that and 80-20. Woo.
that's true, man.
Yeah, but what do you guys think about? Because and I think again, that's what's kind of cool was that there's to Moose's point, there's still space for plenty of hardware. So you had what PXN, right? If I'm,
Yeah,
I mean,
they're-
I'm pronouncing that
yeah.
right. And Meridian, they're looks like they're coming up to pace as well. What do you guys think about their entries into the market?
All right, I know I'm talking a lot, but PXN.
While you're here, man.
Did you guys feel
Yeah.
the PXN yokes? Did anybody feel the PXN yoke?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that.
Yeah, I could use my pinky finger and move that thing. It was
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, dude, this is sub entry level, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
it was,
Yeah.
it was
It
pretty
looked
bad.
great. It looked great, but it just
From
it
afar.
felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it just
Did
it
anyone
just- it
did
didn't
on,
feel
on
right.
that note? Does anyone know? Did PXN say that was like that's
Pre-production?
the sale one, or was that a
Like a
pre-production prototype? Yeah,
Yeah, I never
Because-
did hear.
because I remember
No.
at San Diego when Turtle Beach first showed up on the scene. I remember
Mhm.
looking at their yoke and going, it was.
Oh, it was like
bad.
that as well.
And I talked to the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, no, we are aware of this issue. These are pre-production prototypes, and
Mm.
these things are going to get worked out. So they're not going to be." And I know a lot of people love their Turtle Beach stuff now.
Turtle Beach
Oh,
is
yeah.
solid.
But
that's solid.
yeah, so if it is pre-production, if it's a
Yeah, I
it's a
give 'em
like
that.
prototype,
Yeah.
then I'll give them a little bit of grace there. But I did hear that from a number of people that for the price they were talking, they were like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
no good."
I think Mike brought that up too. He was like, "Man, I wonder if it's their prototype." Because
Yeah.
like even like the throttle, I was like, "Here, check our throttle." I'm like,
It was like-
moving, it was all like, I was like, bro,
It's like a wet noodle up there.
man, that felt bad because like I love bro's energy. He had like an amazing energy, but I'm like moving it, and it was just like,
Johnny's like, yeah, it looked pretty good.
yeah.
In the same
I mean, it
breath,
looked
we
good.
always talk about hardware, like vendor and exhibitor, and what you call a developer competition is healthy for the community. But man, you gotta come correct.
But yeah,
Because you
but
have-
again, but to Moose's point, that could have been pre-production model. Like to me, I love the form factor, how it looked.
It looked great.
Yeah. So
Well,
maybe
that's like
when,
Meridian stuff was pre-pro too.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, it
and
didn't feel like
going,
that, bro.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
The,
That's subjective.
the best
Fair.
entry level yoke that I saw was Thrustmaster, and they're back in the game. Me off
Did I
the
see that Thrustmaster yoke?
Man,
Can we
we
see that, guys?
Mike, we're everywhere, bro.
yeah
Everywhere.
the Thrustmaster yoke. It's an entry level
Mhm.
yoke for $199, less than $200.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the trim wheel on there. It's got switches on there. It's got push to
Oh,
talk. it's
that
got-
one.
trigger.
Yeah.
You can network it to another one on the same
To another
network
one,
and
yep.
different,
That's
cockpit
right.
and structure.
Saw that.
And I was surprised that it looked cheap. Honestly, I'm just saying.
yeah.
The exterior of it, I'm like, did you 3D print this with like the basic settings on? Because it didn't look finished and polished like Thrustmaster normally look like. But when I felt it, I was like, holy crap.
It's solid. Mm-hmm.
It's got some weight to it. It reminded me of the
Mhm.
Honeycomb Alpha yoke. So,
Yep.
and it's going to be the cheapest
Yeah.
decent yoke on the market.
Yeah.
Was it console? Because I had a chance to feel
All of
it,
them.
but is
Yeah.
it console compatible as well?
Mhm.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
Mm.
Xbox, PlayStation, and
Yeah.
PC.
yeah.
Well, and
Yeah, no
that's a sleeper. I think Thrustmaster didn't get a lot of love at the expo when they
Mm.
announced that because they were the first one. And I think though, but to your point, what is the entry level yoke now? Like we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
like it used to be. It used to be
Logitech.
SciTech and
Yep.
CH Products and
CH.
Logitech, whatever. Those guys are kind of gone.
Gone.
So
Mhm.
so this is big for entry level stuff, because then the next tier down is either a joystick from Wing Control, or it's going to be like a Meridian or a Honeycomb, which is going to be in the $350 range somewhere. So this is a big deal. It doesn't feel that big a deal to those of us that are like veterans, because we're not looking for entry level anymore. We're beyond that. But for a bunch of people, especially on console that are coming up, that's huge. So I think, it's kind of more of a sleeper. Like, it's not the ooh wow, but it's a good business decision from Thrustmaster to kind of fill that gap and be the entry level guy. And say, hey, we've got a good offering. It's got a lot of bells and whistles on it for what it costs. There you go.
I don't know, man. Me personally,
especially catering to consoles, because let's be honest, that's what's driving a lot of everything right now.
I think they should have taken a shot at a V2 of the Boeing yoke.
I would love them to do that, because I've got I love their Boeing yoke. My only strike against the Boeing yoke at this point is the X-axis and the Y-axis in it seem to interfere with each other occasionally, and there doesn't seem to be any fix for this. The solution is to just run it through the Y-axis a bunch, and it fixes it. But I'll be straight and level, and you'll watch the yoke in the sim all of a sudden just like start veering off to the side. And all you got to do is push on the yoke, and everything centers back up. It's like,
have you calibrated it within Windows?
I have calibrated it to the cows come home, and I've heard about this issue from multiple people, not just me.
It gives me drift.
Not everybody has it, but a lot of people do, and I don't understand why.
What'd you say, XP? Yours has it too?
Mine would start. The view would start drifting up, right? Like I was.
That little hat switch axis one, not the. Yeah, that one's. I've never used that one.
So I jiggle the
noisiest thing ever. Yeah.
So my view does do that.
Got a problem with his too.
Yeah, my view does do that, but I just removed the view off that hat switch.
That's what I did. I took it off.
That's the only issue that I've had.
I used the other side for pan. Yeah.
But
yeah, so that's my issue with the Thrustmaster. Because otherwise, the pendular feel of that thing is fantastic. I love it.
If they could just figure out how to put force feedback in
that, that would be amazing. Force feedback pendular yoke from Thrustmaster.
It would be awesome, because I mean, even if Wing or Wing Control releases the force feedback yoke that they have, I mean, that's a big contraption there.
Man, that sucker's massive. That turned me off instantly. I'm like, where the hell am I gonna put that?
Pause.
My prediction is that we're all gonna have force feedback yoke soon.
It won't be long.
I think
it's coming.
It's a new standard. Force feedback yoke is a new standard. Force feedback joystick is going to be the new standard as well.
Yep, shout them over, because I just picked up their AB6 and
guilty.
Nice.
Man, it's good.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
Been trying to tell you.
Game changer.
Oh yeah,
man, that worked.
Mike said that's old news. What y'all talking about?
I've been trying to tell it to you.
Force feedback is going to be where it's at. Honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's
force feedback and the miniaturization of force feedback, because right now a lot of force feedback is really large.
It's big,
and it's a combination of price and will this fit on my desk with my other stuff. And if you can bring those two things down,
Yep, game changer. And I think that's the battle that a lot of the manufacturers, because I did look at Wing Control's force feedback offering, and but it's just like, it's engineering. I mean, it's if you need higher newtons, you have to have a larger
bigger motor.
Like, right. I mean, it's just what it is right now.
Yeah.
But to Mrs. point, if we can get that miniaturized down to where I can get like a 12 Newton offering and a form factor that I can plop on my desk, because I have the CL60 now, and it's a good portion. Like that's it right there, and that's my desk. So and I believe, over time, we'll see it come to fruition eventually. But I will say, pivoting back to the entry level offerings that was out there, I was pretty impressed to see to me Meridian, again, shout out to Nikki. I love the modularization that he has built into their yokes. Like, you can swap out different screens and bits and pieces there. That's freaking cool.
Yep.
And PXN's offering this, barring that's not the final product. I think he
Right.
definitely has something there, Thrustmaster as well. But to your guys' point, I really hope that in terms of the backing, I don't want to see a lot of these hardware manufacturers go to the wayside because let's just be honest, manufacturing hardware is bloody expensive.
Mhm.
And we've seen it in the past. We've seen companies come out and they have this amazing idea, but they just can't get the dollars to make sense. And next year's expo, you're like, where are they? And they're never to be seen again. So in my mind, if there was just one, I would kind of, I guess, give the little CTP award to, in my opinion. I think for me, I just say this because I tried it. Moza, first in terms of force feedback, because XP's point, I think that is the future. Having that entry level force feedback offering with the AB6 is just absolute game changing. I mean, right now, even Virpil, not sure if you guys, whichever didn't do too much at Expo. It looks great, but you're going to pay for it.
It's $900.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's $900 and it looks huge. It looks like it's like a foot tall.
Yeah, it's like a car
But
battery.
With the Virpil with the different yoke handles.
No, they made a force feedback base with a light box, like a computer box.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's like 21 Newton meters, but it's like $900.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think that includes the stick, does it?
Yeah.
Does it?
You get a stick with that? Yeah.
Was it them that was coming out with the yoke that you could interchange?
Yep.
Yeah.
You could put the Boeing, you could put the CRJ.
Yeah, they had the Embraer yoke.
The Embraer.
Yeah. So
that was Virpil.
What happened?
Yeah.
Did that come
What
out?
happened?
No. I think it came out, but I don't know where they were at with it. I was originally interested in getting that system because I liked that it had the Embraer yoke and when I looked at it, I could have sworn, now correct me if I'm wrong, I'll have to go back and double check, but I could have sworn that initially when I found out about them that it was force feedback, true force feedback, like direct drive style.
That's what they told us.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But when I went and looked at it, because I was telling my guys about it, when I went and looked at it again, it said that it was driven by some sort of belt system.
Belt driven.
PC
That's not force. That's not direct drive.
No. Yeah.
That's your standard like old Logitech wheel.
Yeah, rubber.
Right.
Gotcha.
The belt drive system is different than a direct drive.
Yeah.
If we're just talking racing wheels.
Right.
So that's what threw me off of them, and I'm like, yes, I love the yokes. But nah, I want that direct drive.
This is not even out yet. It says Q2 2026, late Q2 for the Vector yoke base, and then the handles.
We're past
Q3.
26.
They showed this in Q2, late
out.
Q2. Yeah, that's in like 10 days. And then the yoke handle says late Q3 26. They showed us this in Houston, didn't they?
Yeah, it was right around that time.
Gosh.
We didn't see
They
the
had a
first
whole
one.
Kickstarter.
It's still
Yeah,
showing
that's
in
what it was.
Kickstarter status.
Yeah.
Kickstarter back
really?
orders will be fulfilled before
It's
it's
Kickstarter. See, this
Yeah.
is
Well, they have, according to what I saw, they have reached the
goal.
The goal. They've been reached the goal.
So what the heck is taking so long?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well,
Maybe
that goes
production.
back to, I think
What
it
we
was
said in the
XP's
beginning.
point or whoever said, there's hardware guys that have these great ideas, but they can't bring it to fruition.
Can't.
And just like, it may look good, but if you can't do it, then
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Unfortunate, man.
Where are you going? Yeah, for sure. In terms of software, y'all, was there any software? I know Say Intentions had a massive footprint there. It was freaking amazing. I think I spent a good portion of my time there. And a few others. Was there any software offerings out there? And there was a lot of, especially in the keynotes, there was a lot of cabin announcement platforms.
Stuff.
That was being
Some of those were
announced.
interesting.
I think software though, I think your two biggest are going to be Say Intentions and then probably like the EFBX thing.
There you go.
Pilot was
Yeah,
doing.
shout out to
That
Kate
thing
Pilot.
is
Yeah.
legit.
Look
That
at
thing
Leo's
is amazing.
video with the interview with
we watched it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a game changer. I
Yeah.
might buy a new
I
iPad
cannot
just
wait.
because I literally
Yep.
might buy a new iPad just because of
Yeah,
that.
just to use that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if anything would make me buy an iPad or something, it would be that.
It'd be
It'd be
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
that's gonna be the one that kills all of the other Sim Toolkit Pro, Volanta.
Volanta, yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's gonna do it for me.
It's
And
so
actually,
the thing is a
FBX,
Swiss
yeah.
Army knife of options.
Oh
Like,
man, yeah.
she was showing me all the different things. Like, dude,
Oh,
you
yeah.
thought of literally everything you could think of. was in
Everything.
here.
You can
And
literally
then stuff
sit
that
on
I
the
don't even
couch
think
and do
of. Like,
everything,
man.
and then fire your sim up from the couch and
Right.
just go fly. Like that's freaking epic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
shout out to that team.
Software wise, I'm giving it to them as far as
Yeah.
what I
The
heard.
I
FBX,
second
sure.
that. Yeah, I
The
second
FBX
Mhm.
Second that.
is
And the interface is so clean. I mean, it's
Mhm.
It
it's
is.
smooth.
It's not.
Phoenix, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
These guys told me that while we were there. I didn't realize that. That
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense now.
It's
Real
not
world
laggy.
pilot.
It's not.
Mhm.
Yep.
Designer and streamer. Like,
Yep.
Mhm.
jeez, overachieving.
By the way,
Well, hold on, XP. Let's put some respect on it. Real world captain.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
real
That's
world
true.
captain.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But also, for those of you that don't know, she has a free little tool on the flightsim.to, and it's a volume. It basically equalizes the volume for VATSIM. So for those of you that are listening on VATSIM, every
Wow.
once in a while the
needed
stuff goes
something like that.
"Rah," and just gets all big and
Yeah,
blows
yeah,
your ears
yeah.
out. That doesn't happen anymore. So
How?
go
Hold
pick
on.
that sucker up if you haven't already.
You know what's called off the top
I'm
of your head?
getting,
What
I'm
is it
grabbing it right
called?
now because I got it.
Yeah.
It's called well, maybe that's what I named it. I think it's just called Katie Pilot Audio or something. But
Let's
it's
see here.
but it's in the utilities on flightsim.to. It's awesome and it's
Look
real
here.
simple. It's a quick. She wrote it overnight. Like I was,
What?
she was streaming. I watched her stream. She was streaming and she had that happening. The constant like people talking really soft and then the volume going skyrocket. And she was like, "I'm tired of this." The next day, she posts on her Discord, "Hey, so I just wrote this little program overnight. I put it on TO. This solves the problem." I was like,
Bro.
that's when I was like,
Oh,
I didn't
there
know
you
you
go.
were a
Thank you.
programmer. Like I knew you were doing EFBX, but I thought you were like working with like a team of developers. Like, no, she's the one building this. Like it's man.
Yep.
She's got
Wow.
chops. She's got chops.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, not just the dev, but good dev. I mean, you
Yeah.
got a lot of them
Yeah.
out there that was like, yeah, that would have
Mhm.
took. I know some guys out there, man, that would have took them a hot minute.
Yeah.
Even sure- yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to be a
Yeah,
good
it's-
dev. So yeah, I mean, shout out to her. I mean, she was amazing. I know I think we spoke with her a
It
few
is
times
called
there.
Katie Pilot Audio Normalizer.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm super stoked for that, and I'm looking here staring at an iPad now, and that's gonna be the way to go, fellas. Not gonna lie, definitely. I mean, because even and I think this is what makes it simply amazing. She understands workflow. I mean, especially having to
Exactly.
interact with the EFB
Mhm.
in her day to day. She gets to workflow. How many tools and programs have we had out there, guys, where it's functional,
But,
but the
clunky.
workflow is terrible? Yes, very
Yep.
clunky.
Yep.
I did not get that feeling at all.
No, not at all.
Messing with her application. So I'm here for it, fellas, for
Well,
sure.
the amount of options that they're going to open up to developers in general is going to be the sky's going to be the limit with that program.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So yeah, I agree with XP on that. I think for me, even though again, the say intentions they definitely released some heat in terms of additional functionalities in their say intentions application, but that EFB application is going to make waves for sure. What do you think, Mike?
For the EFB specifically?
No, just in terms of software in general. Is there anything kind of again, guys? We all know that we're running around. We really didn't. This is really legit, guys. Like our first time as CTP being able to kind of sit and digest all of this. So
it really is.
Yeah, I love the say intention stuff, man. I've started using Chase Plane again because it finally no longer crashes VR. So I like the combination of snapping to traffic being called out by ATC. And just overall, all the little things that they're adding within, say, intentions. I think it's pretty cool. I had to tell these guys, they didn't even realize all of the intercom and flight crew aspects of say intentions. These guys were just using it purely for air traffic control. I'm like, no, man, it provides a whole level
bunch
of
stuff.
immersion and an atmosphere added to your flight. It's pretty phenomenal. So that was, I think, my favorite sort of segment of announcements was their continued improvements and innovation with that tool.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to them. As a matter of fact, seeing what it provides makes me want to use it again. I had stopped using it, but I think I might go
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. Even if like sometimes I don't even use the ATC parts, I'll fire it up, and especially if I have VATSIM going on,
I do it all the time.
I use it. I'll remove the ATC and just use it to help bring immersion to the cabin and the experience of the flight, because they'll tell them where you're going, how long the flight's supposed to be, the weather en route, all that stuff. The gate when you land, it brings the entire simulation together.
Yeah,
it does for sure. Because I mean, because that's the thing. Like in real world, we hear all that.
Exactly.
Especially in a smaller regional aircraft, like you legit hear all that. So, I definitely think it's important. Even though in my day to day, I really don't use it as much as I should. But I definitely need to take advantage of it. But and I know for me, software also, with in terms of utilities, the FBX, definitely took the cake for me. But in terms of add-ons, man, shout out to Granelli Designs. That I know ain't too many DC heads in here. I'm okay to be on that hill by myself. That F100, bees knees, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
on the hill with you, Johnny.
Bees, I feel you, brother.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man! I went and copped that thing day one. I pre-ordered it. So
You pre-ordered it at Expo. What you talking about?
Yeah, man, I was cooking, bro. I was cooking, and man, it's just it just really kind of takes you back to that era, and then just the overall ambiance and the overall vibe that they've put around the release of this aircraft. And then you go to their booth. I kid you not, guys. I felt like I was, back in the Army on AT or something. With the netting and stuff like that. And
hearing the MASH theme song.
Oh man. Oh man, all that, bro. And so of course, bringing it back into the sim, firing up. I'm desperately in need of a profile for my FFB. But aside from that, I'm thoroughly impressed. Civilian wise, I really didn't see a whole lot there, aside from in terms of like things that were coming out in short notice. But man, let me tell you, that 220 is going to be legit, ladies and gentlemen. That it's going to be legit.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool to fly that around for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's really just
sounds on that daggone thing is for the win-win.
The sounds are amazing, and it was really distracting being on the Say Intentions stage. I kept thinking it was feedback, but it was the stupid A220 sounds of the engine firing up. That right at that one part where it kind of makes the whale noises, and I was like, "Is that feedback?" No, it's 220.
That's a good term.
What were you gonna say about XP? Did you get to fly it?
I'm the only one who has not looked at it, not flown it, and walked past every time. It's
really?
Because it was 3 expos ago is when they introduced it.
True.
I'm just gonna wait until it comes out. I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
Any more hype? Yeah,
I don't need the hype anymore. I just want to it's ready today. Let me go buy it and let's go fly.
It's ready. It's ready.
Here's the thing. I was the same way until Sunday. I walked past the booth and nobody was there.
You finally sat
maybe
down.
that's right.
And I was like, and then all of the guys were behind me. They were like, "Come on, let's check it out." I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down. and then Synaptic was like, "Yeah, did you fly it yet?" I was like, "No," and he was like, "Ooh." I was like, "All right, I'm sitting down."
It's like a bird call.
I'm like, "All right, I'm sitting down."
Because we went plane spotting, Leo, and there was a 220. It made the same exact sound.
Oh, really?
Dude. We went plane spotting.
Tyler nailed it.
Here's the thing. I got my first 220 ride on my flight home, and it.
How was it?
Dude.
I know.
Dude.
Dang,
just like the Synaptic.
I took one to the Salt Lake, bro, and it was dead. I mean, it's just, yeah, it could be a million noises going on, but when you hear that howl, you know instantly what it is.
I
Yeah.
upgraded
What do they
my
have on
seat,
that thing?
bro,
Is
so
it
I can
a Pratt and Whitney?
I think it's geared. I know for sure it's geared, but it might be a PW, man. You have to
Gotta
go.
be
You have to
because
look
that's
it up.
the only similar noise to that one is the Pratt and Whitney 321 Neos.
Let's
They make a
see.
similar noise, but not as nice.
Yeah,
as that
Pratt
one.
Whitney P1500
I
Gulfs.
figured
Yeah.
it had to be.
Yeah.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I took Air Canada on that, and it was the exact
Yeah.
same way. Yeah,
Mhm.
man.
That's awesome, man.
That
I'm with
first
you though,
class,
XP,
bro.
man.
Oh.
They gotta hurry. Even when we were there talking to them, they couldn't commit to anything. I'm like, is it this year still? Like, damn, man. How much longer is this thing?
It's probably going to come out maybe a month or two after the 340. I don't think INAC
Yeah.
will step on
You mean
themselves.
380?
380.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
You think the
I-
380 is gonna drop before it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because they don't want
I wouldn't doubt
to. They know that 220 is gonna make some sales, and they don't want to step on the 380, so they're gonna get that 380 out the door first.
Yeah.
And when would you guys
wouldn't
think
doubt
the 380 is coming out?
Probably next week. I don't know. The trailer. I mean, they dropped the trailer. Like,
Yeah,
That's what a lot of
trailer's
people are
there.
saying. Once any starts dropping trailers, it's within a month.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty
Pretty
close,
quick.
bro.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm waiting for that Fokker 7100, man. So y'all can have 380. I'm good. Shout out
Next week,
Just
it
One.
looks like next week, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it did look good. I can't
Close.
lie. Hey
Pretty
man,
close.
you guys need a sneak shot they threw in there, and he's with the what was that? The help me out, guys. The
What's that,
global.
man?
The global.
Oh yeah. The
Oh
tail.
yeah,
That was cool.
I'm
That
on
was
that
cool.
global, and there's another company coming out with a 7500. I think any's doing
Really?
6,000.
They doing
Yeah.
6,000.
There's another company coming out with it.
That is gonna corner my market. You know, out of
For
all of the
real.
biz jets that I have, that I enjoy flying biz jets. I'm like, man,
We
I
got
tried
nothing
the-
with real range.
I tried the Flight Effects Citation 10.
X. Mhm.
That should be able to make it from Teterboro to London City. I don't
Did
know
it?
what's up with it, but I had to refuel midair. I was like,
Yeah.
You talking about that tail?
Immersion breaker.
I was like 300 miles short now, you know, and I had to tell.
My man
the
said
tail
bump
one.
reserves.
Yeah, absolutely bump reserves. So you know, it's nice to be able to get a super long range biz jet.
We need
And
that.
not only are we getting one, but we're getting two.
Two, yeah.
So
Those
game
globals
changing.
land over here in Van Nuys all the time, and I've
Yeah.
seen like Van Nuys to Nice, France. Like them
Jeez.
things,
Yeah.
the legs on those things, man.
Long.
They,
6,000
stretch.
miles or some crap.
6,000 nautical
Yeah.
miles.
Wow.
Yep.
Well,
Crazy.
and speaking of biz jets, I'm seeing previews again for the Falcon 50 from
Yeah,
Contrail.
from Contrail.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
that
Forget
looks
about
like
that.
that should be dropping soon, but they weren't.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything going at the expo this time, so kind of
Yeah.
got a little overlooked. But
Yeah,
yeah, there's
no.
a number on the commercial side. There's a number of things that are coming close, like the Bluebird 757.
Mhm.
Obviously, PMDG's 74s at some point someday, but yeah, a lot of stuff that's kind of coming, but none of those guys really decided to have a presence this year because there wasn't anything more to
Right.
say.
Man,
And so I
Exactly.
get it, but it
At
just means
this
they kind
point,
of like
Man,
fell
we're
off.
getting
the radar.
GTA 6 before we get that damn Bluebird.
don't get
Please,
Charlie
not
started,
the end
guys.
of it.
Don't get Charlie started.
We're getting
Charlie's been
GTA
waiting for
6.
that thing since before Houston.
Oh, not trying to hear, man. Because we're third. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I ain't
with
trying
you
to get no
guys.
cease and desist, guys.
Man, we're 7.5. And what I think to me, what was just nails on the chalkboard was to go to Mini, the home
all
of this
those
thing, and they're just
75s.
chilling.
Man,
I
them
can't tell
things
y'all how
everywhere.
many routes. Oh my gosh, man.
Like I got
Oh.
like 8 pictures of them just taxiing to the runway.
Yeah, man. I just
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
think Bluebird has gotten to the point where they decided not to make any more announcements until it's ready.
I hope
and that's
so.
fair. That's
Well,
totally fair.
that's
I
what
think-
they should have done.
Yeah,
6
I think
months
they,
ago.
they've realized that the development of that is just not as smooth as they thought it would be.
Mhm.
Wow.
It would have been out already. And they're like, yo, you know what? We're just
Well, and
gonna
I think some of that's feature creep too.
that too. How deep is deep? How
Yeah.
deep do you
How-
really
I
want
mean,
Exactly.
dude,
Yeah.
I don't care if there's a turd in the toilet. Get the thing out.
But you know, this is a reason why I builds to me is always B planes. On all their planes are B.
Mhm.
They're never
Mhm.
A. But
Mhm.
it's on purpose because they can get them out.
They get them out.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
they function well.
They can always come back with a
simmer,
2.0.
absolutely.
Yeah, man,
For a
just get it
simmer,
out.
Yeah, for a simmer it functions, but don't be trying to do no failures and hydraulic leak and all that stuff
Leaks
on it.
and
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not that. And I'm
No.
fine with that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm cool.
I'm
with it,
actually
too.
fine with the non-study level break this, break that thing. I'm fine
Yep.
with it.
We'll
Mhm.
call it like we do in the DCS world. It's not study letter, but it's high fidelity.
Yes.
Mm,
You know what I mean? It's not
Yep.
a
That's
Flaming
true.
Cliffs aircraft.
Kevin, I
Right.
think you're
Exactly.
spot
I'm
on,
okay
man.
with that.
That's
Yeah.
I think that Vector 787 and even Horizon's new update is gonna beat their 7.5 and didn't he announce a 7.8 as well?
Yeah, they did 7.6 and
yeah,
7.8.
when they're done with the 7
When they're done. I
Oh
think,
gosh,
yeah.
that one.
Yeah,
will
but
be in
that'll be in
2036.
2030. Yeah, that'll happen when the high speed rail in California finally gets done.
Yeah.
As a Californian, it's fine, man. It's
Microsoft Flight Sim 2050.
All right. So I got a question for you guys, and
Mhm.
I did a little rant on a video yesterday or day before.
Mhm.
Oh, the X-Plane one.
Yeah, how many of you guys
Yes.
fly X-Plane? How many fly X-Plane?
Occasionally.
All right, there we go. So, Minneapolis, we had the floor. Microsoft had their own setup as usual. Love it.
Mhm.
X-Plane had their setup towards the front left side, and it was all a seminar.
Mhm.
Wouldn't it have been nice if we had 6 computer stations you could try X-Plane on different planes on a 3 or 10-mile final?
Yep.
And then,
Mhm.
then down here go, you know what? I just jumped off a Cessna on X-Plane. Let me go run to Microsoft real quick, load up on a Cessna.
Mhm.
You know, if you fly X-Plane only, let me go check the Microsoft one real quick.
Exactly.
Or if you fly Microsoft only, let me go check the X-Plane one real quick over here, just to see the
Exactly.
differences. Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be nice to have that? Like, you know, what do
Yep.
you guys think?
Yeah.
Or is it better to have a seminar where you teach to learn to make planes?
No, no. For me, I think you're spot on, XP. Because I looked over there, I was like, man, because I was talking to our buddy. Is it? Oh, I don't even. I don't want to.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, but man, we see him every expo. And we have just amazing conversations. This was makes expo so amazing. But anyway, I think for me, XP, to your point, there really should have been more interactivity as it relates to, having like a computer station set up, something like that, where people can put hands on the platform. Because I'm sure there were a lot of folks that were showing up for Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's like, hey, let me go, I'm going to check out, X-Plane over here, and just to kind of see, how things were vibing. I think that would have taken, taking their presence there to the next level. Because truth be told, I think you can ask, you would have asked a lot of folks out there, and they would have never known, because it was just a class there,
Right.
So yeah,
I didn't know
I
what
get
that was. So, there's that. Also, to your point, there was a couple of stations or other booths that were using X-Plane,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but it wasn't obvious, and you didn't know. I mean,
Right.
if you
Exactly.
unless you really know both sims, you wouldn't sit
Mhm.
down and go, "Oh, this is X-Plane." Okay,
Mhm.
like even put a thing on your booth like saying, this one is, featuring X-Plane or whatever. So people could do that. You could go around and go, "Hey, I want to see that," because ultimately you're going to have this kind of battle about like, "Hey, Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, what do you put them head to head somewhere?" That would be
Yep.
awesome.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
And it
that's
would
why
make
they
the show-
didn't.
It would make the show floor even more exciting.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the
Maybe
thing.
that's why they didn't. Is because they had so many other exhibitors with
Showing
running
it.
X-Plane. I know that Desktop Pilot.
Yeah, they were
was-
using X-Plane.
Flight
was
Factor
one.
had the
Mm.
777. That wing yoke, that was a
Yeah.
Flight Factor 777. People
Yeah.
thought it was
Right.
PMDG. It wasn't. It was a Flight Factor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
FlightSim.com had X-Plane
There
as
you go.
well.
But
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
as
true.
But
far as
again,
what-
if you didn't know, you wouldn't necessarily
Yeah,
think
if
about
you wasn't a
Put it-
seasoned
put it
guy,
somewhere on
you'd
the
have
booth,
never
say,
known.
"Hey,
Yeah.
we'd love to have you run our software and your thing. Can we put a little sign says, powered by X-Plane or something?"
Look.
Just to, yeah. Anyway,
Microsoft has 90% of the flight sim market, but
Yep.
there's
Oh,
still,
without a doubt.
but there's still
Yeah.
X-Plane. And
Right.
so
Yep.
this is a flight sim convention.
yeah,
Mhm.
Show up, put up your banner, show what you got. Don't
Yeah.
be like ashamed or afraid of it. Like, no, you got supporters. That's why
Yeah.
you're still here. Like, show your
Right.
stuff, man. Show it for the 10% of people, and let people get curious and go, "What are these people on about X-Plane? These X-Plane guys don't know what the hell they're talking about."
yeah.
Yep.
Just-
True.
There's a
Let me-
lot
let
of
me
Microsoft
disprove it.
Flight Sim people don't even know about X-Plane.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's it.
Show
that's
your worth.
true.
Show your
We
worth.
call
And-
those the new kids.
Exactly. And it would be nice if one year we get like a full DCS setup, not just
Man, I
Okay.
keep waiting for that.
Yeah.
Like that's
They-
one
No,
part I
Evan
can't
and Phil have
figure
been
out.
yelling at DCS to get out to that show for years, and I don't know why
Really,
they
I
don't
was
do it.
curious about that.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
you
they've
don't
been-
see a lot of
They have been
DCS.
trying to push. Yeah, it is not for lack of trying. Believe me,
Won't do
is.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they just will not do it.
That's
Wow.
strange.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
that's
It's
just
no
not-
rationale
it's not.
behind it?
Eagle Dynamics is known for just doing their own thing. It's not
Mhm.
strange.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That's
It's
true.
not strange at all.
Eagle just does their own thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
guess
President
so.
was
I
spot
didn't realize
on.
that.
Spot on.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
That goes even with their whole Raspberry. Let me shut up.
Yeah.
But
Don't even- let's
Yeah.
not bring that up, John.
yeah,
We'll leave that
bro,
one
you
there.
already know, man. Yeah, it hurts, man. It just hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hurts, man.
but
hurts the heart.
yeah, but so guys, we know this. It was just phenomenal. Loads of exhibits. The venue was great. So the cons. Was there anything you guys felt could have been improved a little bit? In terms of whether it was the lodging, the concessions, the exhibitions. Leo, let's start with you, man. What'd you think?
For the most part, I did like the venue. I think that them putting up signs, no outside food or drink, was kind of weird because now you trap
I
us
didn't
like
even see that.
every other.
That's the
venue-
convention, though. That's not Expo. I guarantee.
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
other venue. It is the convention. It's not them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like I said, I like the venue. The venue was nice. The convention center was nice. It wasn't, overly far or whatever. The irritation was okay. Well, for those of us that rent cars, to pay to park every day. I mean, that's kind of stupid. Maybe provide a discount or something for that if you're gonna have it at these places where you gotta pay to park. Other than that, man, really, I guess my gripe is just like I said, the area in which you choose to have it. Like I said, it was after the expo. It was really, nothing but Zambonis and going to eat, and then whatever else you got into.
The wings, man.
Yeah, so I mean, other than that, it wasn't a bad expo. It was good. I enjoyed myself. If it was there next year, I would probably fuss, but I'd go.
I'd go.
Same thing with Vegas next year. I'm fussing, but I'm gonna go.
Yep, we'll be there. Yep. What about you, Mike?
Listen, man, that was my first time, surprisingly, in the state of Minnesota, much less St. Paul. So I like that. Wait, hold on. We're talking about what I didn't like.
Yeah. Cons.
Oh, sorry. Oh, the hotel splits. So I was under the impression that IHG was going to be where it's at, right? So I booked, damn near when they made the initial announcements. I think Charlie and Johnny did the same, and they generally have a couple of different venues. I get that because of overflow and capacity, etc. But being and staying there didn't feel like anything was happening there. It was all at, to Leo's point, Zamboni's, the Hampton Inn, and the DoubleTree down the street, closer to where the expo actually was. So I think that split the group a little bit. It wasn't until Saturday night where we got to actually, spend time with everyone, because I was there from Thursday, and I realized it was Saturday when I spoke to everybody. Like, yeah, we've been hanging out this way. So that was a little odd, I thought. I didn't dislike anything else really. I mean, direct flight from LAX, Delta, getting there nice and smooth. I think, like I said at the beginning of the show, the weather was phenomenal, so no complaints there, especially for what we know Minneapolis can get like in the winter. I didn't have family come with me this time, so there wasn't any concerns about what are they going to go do, which sounds like there was things that people found themselves into anyway. So I think that would have been fine. Honestly, not a lot of dislikes. I think it was fine for the most part.
So what about you, XP? What'd you think, man?
It's funny. We almost missed this one, and I completely
Really?
forgot about it. Oh yeah, it's a big one too.
Uh-oh.
And it stemmed from what I miss and what I realized what it was replaced with. Every expo, after the announcement, you had that meet and greet drink hour where
Oh
everybody
yeah,
we
the
all
little
get a
refresher.
Oh,
got
yeah.
to rub shoulders with
After the
everybody.
Friday evening, yeah.
Yes, after the Friday event, you
Mm.
have that 1 hour, you get your free drink
Little
coupon.
mixture. Mhm.
Content creators used to get, not content creators, whatchamacallit, used to get like a couple of coupons to give out.
Media
I
partners.
used to,
That's
right,
right.
media
Mhm.
partners. I
Yeah.
used to walk around and give out coupons. Hey, man. Oh,
Yeah.
you're from England? All right, bro. Here's a drink right there, whatever. Like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Love doing that.
Wow. Yeah.
We didn't have it.
Well-
And the reason we didn't have it, which is going to bring this question up, what do you guys think about open up the show on Friday afternoon after the announcements versus first thing Saturday morning?
That's
what
what
do
we
you
talked
guys think
about that
about that?
too offline.
Yeah, because
I
I've heard it.
agree.
I heard it both ways.
I kind of
Yeah.
liked it, but I kind of didn't like it too, because
So
you
you
kind of
mean-
got to feel Friday night of what it was going to be, and then you walk in Saturday and it's just like all business. Let's do this and roll on.
I think so. XP, let me get this right. You mean it'll be exhibit Friday afternoon, and then the actual kickoff with announcements is Saturday, and then you could go back to the exhibit after.
No.
No.
No,
What do you
The
mean?
old format is Friday is the announcements. You have your
you missed
half
it in
hour,
Houston, Mike.
and you go about your business.
Okay.
Usually after the announcements of all the ones I've been to, you have a social outside in the lobby, outside of the hall.
Yep.
Imagine you walking out the hall and that lobby
Yep.
was filled with people, everybody from the hall, and there's bar stations set up all the way
Yep.
around.
Holding drinks.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, we did
Drank
that in
for a
Vegas.
couple
I
hours,
remember.
mix and
Yes,
mingle and
yes.
talk to people and stuff before you left.
Right. Okay.
They took that out and they
Yep.
added floor access right after the announcements. So you could get to go down to the floor and see everything on Friday. That's what they added this time.
Yep.
Oh, we
versus-
did that on Friday. Oh yeah.
Because remember,
Yeah, that's
normally
right.
2 hours.
you don't get to
I'm
see the
mixing my
floor
Thursday and
Saturday
Friday
morning,
up.
right?
That's
Yeah,
true.
Saturday's
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
the
yeah.
first time you get to see.
That's
Saturday's
right,
usually the
that's
first time you
right.
get to see everything, And I had a couple
Yes.
people say to me like, I don't know about this Friday afternoon thing because it takes the excitement away from Saturday morning.
I agree.
you already
Yes,
seen
I'm
it.
with you.
You already scoped it out. You already did.
That's
your thing.
exactly it.
Right. So it
Mhm.
kind of took the Saturday morning buzz away because you
Yep.
done seen
Yeah.
it already. Now,
I've seen
it
it
benefited
already.
me where there was less people on Friday because
Same.
I could go to stuff and film stuff and talk to people.
Yep.
And on
Content
Saturday
for
now,
sure.
I had my floor plan of what I wanted to do. But
Mhm.
you didn't have the social afterwards to drink, but you got to see the floor. So, what do you think about that?
No, I think you're spot on. And I think that's what I was alluding to, like being at the IHG afterwards. It was dead because
Yeah, there
everybody
was
went their
nobody.
own different ways.
Oh yeah. it
And
was
had we
dead.
had the social afterwards, we would have
Everybody
had
would
that
tell
time to
everybody, "Hey,
mingle,
where
and
you
everybody
going
would tell everybody where
Yep.
you're going
Where you
after
going?
that.
Where you going? Where you
And
going?
that's you're spot on.
Yeah.
You're spot
'Cause
on.
Yep.
once people start
And-
drinking, they get loose. They're like, "Yeah, let's go here. Let's go finish up drinking over here or whatever."
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that happened. To Kevin's point, you could totally get through most of it on Saturday. So
But
That's
do you
true.
want them to continue?
But not if you're trying to do interviews and all that kind of stuff.
right. But do you want them to continue to open the shore on a Friday evening, or put it back to Saturday and Sunday only? I don't know. I'm not sure.
yeah, that'd be a tough one.
The
for sure.
exhibit hall, you mean? Yeah.
I kind of
Hmm.
liked it. I mean, it was cool.
I did
but-
too. I didn't hate it, but it was like I kind of to XP's point. I enjoyed that mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
uh,
that mixture was cool.
It makes you
Now,
nice.
if I had to choose between having a drink with the guys or getting, some easier recordings and footage,
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Tough one.
I mean that's what it was beneficial for.
Oh,
opening up
because it
on
wasn't
Friday.
slammed.
Wasn't
Friday.
so-
It
wasn't slammed,
right.
yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so-
fair.
Mhm.
A lot of my footage I got Friday.
That's a
you
Me
know
too.
what I mean? But
Same.
it's
Yes,
not
through the
that-
social. Forget it. No social. Friday.
Yeah, I mean, no. What I'm saying is, I don't care if they choose to have a social again and just open it up Saturday. We'll still get footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what
Be a
we're
little
there to
busier,
do.
but you can still get it. Mhm.
Yeah, we'll still
Yeah.
get some footage. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
So I talked to Evan about this on Sunday a little bit because I was talking to some of the developers on their feedback regarding Friday as well. So, and I guess they did a little bit of a poll, I think, at some point during the weekend, and so they got some immediate feedback from the people saying whether they liked doing the Friday opening the floor up versus the mixer thing, and it was in favor of doing the floor. The developers, though, a lot of them don't like it because it shortens their window. So there were
because they're trying to get prepared.
So some of the downside was I heard that there were some developers that weren't quite ready when the doors opened Friday, because they normally, while we're all doing the announcements and stuff, they're building their booths, they're finishing all that up because they have all day Friday to do it, and then Saturday the show opens. So there was a little bit of that. Edson had mentioned he felt a little bit of a disconnect because we actually saw less people in the hall for the announcements because they had to be there finishing up their booths because it was going to open, and they couldn't dedicate as many people there to kind of be in the moment and enjoy the other announcements from the other devs, and so they felt kind of disconnected. So there was that side of it too. On the other side, though, in talking to Evan, their hardship has been, how do we sell a Friday ticket to people if there's no exhibit hall floor? And so, because there's people they've had come in the past that go, I can come to the Friday announcements and I can come to Friday, but I can't come to Saturday, Sunday for whatever reason. So what's my purpose of going if I can't ever get on the expo floor? So by allowing the expo floor to open, although for a limited time, it allows them to make a Friday only option for people that just happen to fit that niche, and they can do it. I'm with you.
A couple hours after work and swing through.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm with you guys. I do love the mixer. I think that's a cool thing. I feel like there's got to be a way, though, we could work that in somewhere else in the Friday deal or something. I don't know, maybe starting the announcements earlier, like maybe
that's what I was going to say.
Maybe start the announcements at 11 or 10,
yeah,
and then you do a little bit of a mixer and then go into the show floor, and maybe that's a compromise. I don't know.
Sure.
I can see that being an advantage. One of the things I had suggested to Edson, and he said, "Oh yeah, that would be really cool." And so I mentioned it to Evan, is if they're having to be in there and setting up and not being able to witness the announcements, is to pipe that in the exhibit floor, whether that's audio or video through the FS Elite stage or something. So they feel like that they're then included in hearing what's going on while they're finishing up. So there's some options there, but yeah, it was definitely a change, and I think overall it was received well, but I think most of the people that didn't like it were the devs.
Absolutely. Kevin poses a good question as well. Do they or have they ever done a thing where they allow media partners to go in early Saturday morning and do interviews? I do know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I do know, like, for sponsors, they allowed sponsors to go in on the show floor early.
I was able to go in from Thursdays.
Yeah. To do your thing, but I'm not entirely
I didn't
sure.
interview anyone. They were busy setting up, so
exactly. You can't really talk to them because he wants to be bothered while they're trying to get set up.
Yeah. So I mean, there's always room for improvement, right? I didn't get to hit you, Charlie. What was your, I guess, biggest con or things, something maybe they could have improved on at Expo?
I'm kind of with Mike. Really, 1-for-1 with Mike. I don't have a lot of cons. My biggest thing was during presentations, let's be prepared. That would be my only thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think that's and we touched on that. Not everybody can get up on stage and do those kind of things. Heck, I couldn't probably, but I would find somebody who could.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
for sure. If you're selling a product, bro, that's your best chance to sell it.
That's a good point, man.
Yeah. I want the best person I got up there to say, hey, y'all need this.
Fresno Jason, to your point, and that's a tough one because it's trying to be engaging. A lot of us experience that streaming, right? Trying to be engaging and not adding those filler words like and it's tough. But there are people who legit offer classes for this stuff. So
absolutely,
I've got to take them.
And I ain't saying Lord knows I can't speak a lick of English. So
tell these people to do what Say Intentions did. Make little 30-second trailers. and then
Yeah.
Mhm.
show the best of it and go, okay, how did we
That's a
achieve
good
this?
point,
We
XP.
did this vector, we did this
Exactly.
mesh, and we did this, that. It took us 20 computing hours,
That's a
whatever.
really good
Let's
point.
just
You
trail
let
as
the
we see.
videos speak for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can break down how we got it. So people
And I
know.
think that's why Nikki from Meridian was able to stay under his time, because he
Yeah.
did that. He had like 3 or
Yes.
4 videos, and it allowed it to make the point in a succinct way. Whereas normally he is so passionate, he'll just ramble forever, which is fun to listen to
Mhm.
sometimes, but
I don't
not
mean
when
to
you have
cut
a
you.
set time.
What he
Yeah, go ahead.
did when he filmed himself in front of the equipment, pointing
Yeah.
everything out, was
Mhm.
perfect. I was like,
Yes.
Perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way
Yep.
to do it. Yeah.
Yep.
And he did
Yep.
that like 15 minutes. We saw him coming up the escalator from the floor right before the
He's like, what's going
announcement.
on, guys? I'm like, what's going on there?
He's like,
Yeah. Well, that's why I said he was bringing that flash drive like
Yeah.
during the break right before he was
Encrypted
supposed
it
to
all.
Yeah,
go
that's
on.
when we saw him
I've
going up the
got it.
escalator.
Like,
120
but it worked. But it did
encryption.
work.
Yeah.
It did work in the end. So yeah.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
I know.
That's awesome. For sure. Moose, man, what was there? I mean, I know you were kind of, behind the scenes. So it's like, but was there anything where maybe, you felt that, as a team could have been done differently or anything like that?
Yeah. So well, I this was a great point that Mike brought up that I've never really thought of, but from a person who hasn't been in a while or before or is used to an older format, the whole splitting of the hotels thing is kind of a more recent phenomena with Expo. Obviously, when we do it in Vegas, there is the hotel because it's a giant hotel. The convention center's located as part of it. It's all one thing, so it's obvious
there.
that's the event
Mm.
hotel. But when you're doing it we did this in Houston for the first time where we split. There were 2 primary hotels. They weren't right next to each other, and then the venue was even further away. You had to take like shuttle buses to get there, or at least you had a car.
Yeah, I think we drove.
So,
Mm.
so if you're not used to that format and you see event hotel, you're probably led to believe, oh, this is where the action's going to be. And yeah, but I remember when they posted that for the first time, they said the primary event hotel is the Intercontinental, and then the Hamptons like right across the street from the event.
Yeah, I
And
was
the
like,
other
what?
one was over here. And I'm like, well, I'm guessing the event hotel is the event hotel because it's got the most rooms. I'm booking the Hampton because I don't want to walk that block down there. I'm
Oh,
going to be right there.
that's
And I
one part
didn't
that
know that.
sucked.
And so that's without making that clear that, hey, just because the event hotel doesn't mean that's where the action is. The
Mm.
action is the action is where the expo is. I think
Right.
there's a probably better way to make that clear to people that aren't used to this.
Yeah.
And so anyway, but so I could see that as a little bit of a con there. The other stuff, I mean, to the point of, everyone kind of just ended up at Zamboni's every night. That's just kind of the fluidity of the event. There seems to
Yeah,
always
for
be
sure.
a location or a bar or somewhere
The spot.
every
Yeah.
year.
The
It's the
spot.
spot, and it kind of happens naturally, and that's just where everyone ends up. And so it's kind of like
Yep.
you join or die. I mean, so,
Yep.
Right.
and it's great. Some people went off and did their own things on other nights and whatever. Some people were happy to just hang there and close that bar down every night, and to each their own, whatever. That's what they do. I end up being there most of the time. I don't even drink, but I just knew that's where everybody was at, and that's where I wanted to be because I'm all about the people. So,
Yep.
yeah, as far as like any major cons, I don't think so. Everything, like I said, flowed really smoothly.
Mhm.
Yeah, there really wasn't anything that just the kind of bummer in some sense. It wasn't really, I mean, just an aesthetic bummer
Sure.
was that they happened to be tearing up that street right in front of the river.
Oh,
Center.
yeah.
And
that was
I'm sure that
demolished.
wasn't the case when Evan was going there and booking this thing, and then he showed up. It's like, what is this trash? All over it? So
Well,
so
we
that
were
just
good
kind of
'cause we
made it
had
kind of like
computers.
that's
Yeah,
kind of
he's riding those
unfortunate,
scooters,
but
man.
what you're gonna do? That's the city of St. Paul just doing their thing, I'm sure. So, but so that
Trying to get
it
it
would
in
have been
before
nicer
winter hit.
if that
At least
was
they didn't
flowing with
demolish the
normal.
hotel.
That's true. That's
Oh.
true. They've tried that before. So
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that.
yep.
Yeah.
was
Last time we were
crazy.
in Vegas, it was a whole like, oh crap, they're knocking our hotel down. What do we
And
do?
what was that? Within 4 months
Yeah.
or something like that?
It was, so they announced what was crazy is they announced the fact that this was going to happen, and Evan and Phil, like, this was in October, and Evan and Phil were on the phone with these guys with the hotel going, hey, what the heck? And they were reassured up, down, 3 ways from Sunday. No. This is gonna be like a 1.5 year process out. You're fine. You guys are booked. You're good. Stick with us. Come December, like 2.5 months later, all of a sudden the managing group that manages the hotel, we're ending all use of it in April and starting demolition.
That's right.
And we're just like, oh, excuse me, what?
So
crazy turn of
wild.
events for that. It was just nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. Absolutely.
But I mean, kudos to the community, because a number of people jumped in like, I have contacts with these people, and a bunch of hotels did reach out to say, hey, we'd love to host you, can it make it work, kind of thing. And it just, for Evan and Phil, just having to punt on that and make it fly. And I mean, it was that's I can only imagine it being them for those few months, like
I know.
And again, like you said at the beginning, it's not like this is their full-time job. Like they have to manage all of this while lifing.
This is a hobby, their hobby kind of thing. Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You're trying to work a trip or something. All of a sudden, you get an email. Oh crap! The hotel.
Imagine getting ready to push back, talking about something.
Yeah, bro. You're like,
contact me on.
Oh yeah, bro. They're just wrecking ball y'all's hotel.
You guys seeing this? Like,
messed up flows and everything, bro.
Let me go grab his clearance.
Yeah.
What?
Was I the only one that actually went? It was I think it was televised. I went on YouTube and watched it live.
For real?
I did.
Yeah, demolished it.
I didn't watch it live. I saw the video after the fact.
Yeah, implode the Tropicana.
Wow.
I remember driving by it though in Vegas when we were there for the show, because at that point they were in the process of gutting it, and it was already like the facade was gone and it was holes all in it because they were taking off as much as they could before they go through and strap all the explosives to it, because that didn't happen for a few more months. But it was already like a shell. Like when I'm just like, dang, we were supposed to be in there with the crowd.
Wow. Unbelievable. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, again, I know we can't say it enough, guys, but like shout out to Evan and the team, because it's every time we go there, I mean, it doesn't feel disorganized at all. Everyone is where they're supposed to be. Just in the man, I think we didn't get to speak with him much. Every time he looked at me, he was just like everywhere. But yeah, I mean, he's great communicator. We had no issues, finding things or anything like that. So yeah, definitely shout out to you, Moose, and the rest of the team for putting on an amazing show. Definitely looking forward to the next one for sure. But I mean, in terms of that, fellas, is there anything that any shout outs or anything that you guys want to bring to light in terms of this year's expo?
Just one more shout out to the red shirt guys. The ground crew guys are walking around during the expo. They're the volunteers, aside from Evan and Phil.
For sure.
And those guys all pay their own way to expo. They all volunteer to man all this stuff and make sure all this stuff goes. And a lot of those guys are the same guys every year that do this. And
pregnant volunteers.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Really?
Congrats to Phil. They're having their baby, I think, August.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, she was pregnant,
that is awesome.
So that was exciting.
Awesome.
But
Congrats.
it also no one would like object to a pregnant woman. Like you just the one was like, no, you can't do that.
Oh, too cool.
Yeah, those red shirt guys need a lot of the credit. So kudos to them.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, man, my shout out is to all you guys, man. It's again, we keep saying this, but you guys make the show. It's cool to come and see what's going on and look at the developings and the continued growth of flight simulation, but it's the people that makes that growth continue to be interesting and continue to make it go the way it's going. So it's always great to see you guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll second that. It's the community that makes it.
Yep,
sure.
for sure, for
So
sure.
Antarctica 2028. Doesn't matter.
We'll be there, man. Penguins
That's
and
the
all.
permanent location. No
Yeah,
Johnny,
issues
don't they
there.
like at 340 down there? Isn't it
Nope.
at 340?
Oh my God.
Nope,
That's
but
the
I'm
one.
bringing-
That's the one your boy Leo was missing.
I'm gonna get that ski jacket out.
That's
Ski
right.
boots. Let's go.
Just so
Winter
long as I
Expo.
can. Just so long as I can bring my harpoon for whale hunting. Like,
There you go.
oh man, yep, I'm there. But yeah, awesome guys. Again, heck of a show. If you guys unfortunately didn't make Expo 2026, definitely make plans to hit FSExpo 2027. Absolutely amazing. Tons of people there. It's like a big old family reunion.
It is.
You'll run into us there for sure. So definitely looking to have the opportunity to meet everyone in person again in Vegas. I don't know, guys. Every time I think of Vegas, I always think of like National Lampoon's Vacation in Vegas, and I'll go to that really grungy buffet with the blue stuff. And I hope it's extra running tonight. But yeah, so yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Aside from that, guys, any final thoughts? I know we had some final thoughts on the on Expo, but spay and neuter your animals, all that fun stuff. Any of that?
You said it, man.
All right, cool.
Said it all.
I know it, man. I know it. That's old Johnny. But again, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Definitely appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you guys at next year's Expo.
Indeed.
Take it easy,
sir.
guys. Keep the side up.